Hey! Hey! Mustard!
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Sir.
Diversity Catalog. First off, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving
to you and
week.
your friends and your family.
This should come out the Wednesday before, but
Yep.
happy Thanksgiving to you, your loved ones, your family, your friends, everybody in your life, everything you're thankful for. We're feeling very thankful this time of year. Thankful that we made it to the second Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah. Another
Pretty
year.
cool. Didn't think that was gonna happen. Josh has a nice display here. Diversity Catalog turkey.
Out of the press now, deadass.
Oh, it's hot as
Just
fuck.
finished it.
Just finished it. And we want to say thanks for 300 subs.
Yes, thank you.
As well. We finally got to the 300 sub mark. We had a couple videos, a couple clips go crazy. I think that's why we got some more
Yeah,
subs.
thank God. Thank you.
I think we're at like 304.
think so. Yeah, 3 or 4.
My check.
304 now. So we have gone to our 300 subscriber goal, which for those of you who don't know, we're going to try thicket. We're going to try thickening some
Do
liquids.
it gravy.
I don't know what we're going to try yet. Everything's going to be like gravy.
Yeah, leave some comments on what liquids we should thickening.
Yeah. So that is going to be a standalone video. Not really sure when we're going to record that, but
Soon.
Price
soon.
weekend, no?
Don't have to wait that long
Good.
for it.
At Zach's.
free this
Sunday.
weekend.
That's
Free this
actually-
weekend.
We're in the back porch throwing up.
God. Who's
But yeah, we'll try to get that out as soon as possible for you guys. We appreciate 300 subs. Pretty cool. Further than I thought we'd get,
Honestly,
to
yeah.
be honest.
I got my eyes set on 1,000.
Well, yes,
Me too.
as we all do.
Me too. It's going to be cool. But yeah, without further ado, how's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Can't complain. Can't
Can't
It's all
complain.
good in the neighborhood. Should we just get right into it?
Yeah, fuck
Cool.
it.
We go over. How was your week?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
No. No, last week was busy. I had work a lot. I have work on Thanksgiving again this year. So that's kind of tough. But that's
Damn.
just how the cookie crumbles
Did you
this
sign
year.
up for it or did you get it?
No, it's just my schedule. No, I'm all right.
Oh.
Thank you.
Josh is asking for a drink.
Yeah, so that sucks. Honestly, better that way. To be honest, I like
Okay.
Thanksgiving. I like my I love my my
Right.
family, but I like working on the holidays. It's dead. It's good money. Whatever. I'm still
Easy
young,
money. Yeah.
so whatever.
Let's hold space for Josh.
Feel bad for my family that I won't be there more than, you know what I mean?
Didn't ask me for a drink.
That's crazy.
Nope.
No, he has one.
I drank mine.
He
No,
has-
I don't want one. I don't want one.
You know what I mean? Feel bad. Life
Do
of the,
you?
life of the party. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. That dinner's gonna suck.
Do you have any
It's
traditions?
gonna be quiet. Thanksgiving traditions? No, but like because most of the attendees are Italian, we eat like kind of different things. But
Wait, do you guys do the fish thing? Is that a thing for
no,
Thanksgiving?
that's Christmas
Oh,
Eve.
same
So
thing.
racist.
Like we'll definitely
fucking know.
have
You
like
Guido fucks do the fish thing.
I'm out of breath. I don't know why.
like we've had the Thanksgiving lasagna before.
Right.
We still do turkey. I feel like you kind of have to do turkey.
You have to do turkey. Yeah.
But we usually have like some other random
That
things.
sounds
I'll let you know.
crazy.
I'll let you know.
I only ever
What
had
we do.
lasagna at Thanksgiving ever.
Yeah, we'd be doing that sometimes. There's always a pasta type dish.
Why you looking at
I
me?
want to say something crazy right now.
You
Not gonna
built
say
back
it.
by
Not gonna say it. Not gonna say
We're
it.
just watching clips of the Boondocks.
Yeah, get me in the
Dude,
mood.
that show is
Boondocks
insane.
get me in the mood to say something.
It's crazy.
That's gotta be racist.
Well,
But no, yeah.
well.
Thanksgiving we don't really have traditions. We go to my aunt's house every year, so
Aunt Zizi.
I'll be showing up my Zia. Yeah,
There you go.
Zia. Shout out Zia Dominica.
I used to go to Dai's. That's my aunt.
That's what you call it.
No, that was literally her first name.
Oh,
Die?
Yeah.
nice,
Really?
Oh, it was Diana, probably.
nice. Yeah, no, we go to my aunt's. I'll show up at like probably 8 p.m.
Show face.
Show
Come
face.
in.
Yeah, I
Bar,
feel
leave
bad.
early.
I feel bad. I'm a lot of favorites there.
Makes sense.
Grandmothers.
Makes sense.
Last year, my grandmother's like waited at the table for me to get there.
Really? Oh
I
my
swear to
god.
God. And then it was just the three of us sitting in the corner. I swear to God.
Please
It was so
eat,
funny.
please.
But whatever, it is what it is. We got to work Christmas Day this year, too.
Yeah, that's
Talked
insane.
about
No.
Oh.
No, because I like Christmas Eve the most. So
Right.
It sucks. Because, like, I can't enjoy it as much.
Oh,
I got to be like, I got to go to work.
I guess so. At
Like,
work?
last year
You
was
have to go
nice.
into work?
Yeah, I got to go in the office.
Damn, that's
It's not my turn to work
But
from
Thanksgiving,
home.
you have to go into the office?
Yep.
Oh, shit, you'd be working from home.
No, I didn't. No. It's just how the schedule worked out.
Damn, that's fucked.
Because last year, Christmas Day, I'm pretty sure I was at home.
I think so.
If I
think I
remember
remember that
correctly.
loosely.
I think I was.
Yeah.
But that's all right. Here's what it is. What are you guys doing? Anything?
I honestly,
this weekend?
to this day, have no idea.
You doing this weekend?
Am I doing anything this
Did
weekend?
you do anything this weekend?
Past weekend?
I had work 2 women's hockey games back to back.
How was-
Based.
I think they lost both of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Went to a Friendsgiving on
Oh, yeah.
Fake Friendsgiving.
Friday. It was nice. Good time. Love the people there. Happy I got invited.
Nice.
Yeah.
I did too. I didn't go. To be honest.
Why didn't you go?
Just didn't.
All right.
I don't know. I had work this weekend too. It was on the Friday night, so I was like,
Yeah, you would have had to get up early. We were there pretty late.
I had a birthday party Saturday night though. That was nice.
Saturday.
That was a good time.
You know what? After the Friendsgiving, right? Went and got Taco Bell with James, right? Sitting in the car.
Shout out James.
We're in the fucking parking, like the line, and there was a dude 2 cars ahead of us. Car stopped, not moving. The line's fully moved. He can go right up to the fucking thing that like orders food.
People are going
He's
around
not
him?
moving. No,
Oh.
it was not enough room because they had like the little like concrete part, so you couldn't fit 2 cars in there.
Yeah.
We're sitting there like, what the fuck? I'm beeping because I drove the car home.
Right.
I'm beeping, not doing anything. The person in front of us starts beeping. We're like, what the fuck? Like, is this dude dead? Like, I thought he like maybe had a fucking heart attack or some shit, or maybe he was drunk as shit. But he ended up going like 15 minutes later.
Drunk as hell, no throwing up.
I don't know.
Weird.
15 minutes later?
It was very long. We were sitting there like, that's why I got worried. And I was like, is there something wrong with this person? Like, you actually might be like having a crisis in there. I have no idea. But nah, that was it.
Interesting.
Actually, I had Taco Bell too. Taco Bell KFC join up.
Oh, the fusion we used to call that. Yeah.
Fusion restaurant.
That's funny.
Mid.
What do you mean mid?
I don't like. I like.
What'd you
the-
get?
I'm a basic bitch when I go to Taco Bell.
You just get a fucking plain taco? Don't
I
tell
have to
me.
get 3 hard tacos.
You're kidding.
Why? What do you get? The Mexican fucking pizza?
It's racist as hell. First off,
That's not racist. That's a menu item. You get the gordita chalupa
I love a
torta crunch.
I love the tortas.
You gotta take that thing off.
I got.
Why are you saying that? What the hell? I can't believe
No,
you
not
said
gonna lie,
that.
take it off because
I
the
can't
clips are
take
gonna
it
be
off.
insane.
I'm sorry, I
no,
can't take
out
it
of
off.
context, that's insane.
Wait, I'll tell you the back. You want to know the backstory?
Yes, please.
All right. So, I went to my friend's giving.
Tell the
Yeah, the
audio
audio listeners what you're wearing.
I
What
don't
is it
know-
called?
I don't speak the language.
A burqa?
No, it's not called a burqa. That's racist.
My God, bro.
Jordan headscarf. I can't pronounce it.
I'm glad you're not wearing that ugly green sweater this week.
It's actually I had that at the party. I had this on with it.
Oh, it's a kiffa.
Kifia.
Okay.
Anyways, my friend.
You want to tell the whole story of that how you had a Friendsgiving first?
Yeah, I had a Friendsgiving in Maine, so I
Over
went
the
up,
weekend,
I went up to
yeah.
Maine Friday. Actually,
basketball in the
took the work
shower.
off. I took work off Friday. Hope no one at work's listening to this. I used an excuse and I told them I took the day off.
Nice.
My mom was like, "You coming home first?" I go, "No, nope."
thank you.
Took the day off, drove right up there. I was like 8:00 in the morning. I drove up there, maybe
Nice.
9. It was nice to get there early.
Yeah.
Got some sandwiches at Ramona's. Beast. Only good sandwich shop in the fucking state of Maine.
In Maine?
There's only 2 good sandwich shops in the state of Maine.
Nice.
Kufia.
If that's how it is.
What is a kiffa?
And my friend was telling me that he had a thing for me. And I thought it was because I asked him about a cutting board a while ago, and he was like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Oh, I can make one. It's gonna take like a month." And I was like, "All right, fucking never mind."
He makes his own cutting boards?
He has like his dad bought like a CNC machine.
Right.
It's like a $30,000 CNC machine in his basement. that he uses for just cutting boards, basically.
Nice.
And he doesn't like sell them as a mass production. He just does random projects with him.
Okay.
And anyways, he was like, yeah, it can be like by New Year's or something like that. And I was like, that's way too long. Like,
Yeah.
a CNC machine that you can't make a fucking cutting board in 2 seconds.
Right.
So
Friendsgiving.
but he said to me, oh, I have something for you. I was like, oh. He was like, I have an extra thing. I found an extra one, and I was like, you can have it. And I was like, I hope it's a cutting board. And then it was this, and I was like, oh, I mean that's good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has one from the West Bank. It's like a black one.
Oh, really?
wow.
And it's like different. And this is from Jordan.
Oh, it's actually from
Yeah,
Jordan.
no. So feel it.
I just
It's
want
like,
to feel it.
It's
yeah.
like it's legit. Like it's fucking like silk, not silk, but it's like whatever the fuck material it is. I don't know what material it says on it. From Jordan, and his is from the West Bank. They're different.
actually cool.
His was thicker. That's why
He's-
it's
Oh,
He's-
it felt different.
He's from Jordan.
no. This is from Jordan,
Oh, gotcha.
the country. Michael Jordan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, pretty sick.
Ooh.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Now, I will say, you'll never catch me dead wearing that in public.
Yes.
You better shoot me and
Well, it's only
Wait,
go-
for what
AI
reason,
my
though?
corpse.
It's only going
I'll tell
on.
you right now.
It's only
Okay.
going on the internet forever.
Well, no, I don't care about that because it's not
what?
like it's not like it's. I'm not. It's technically. I'm
Oh,
wearing
I
it
thought
for
this was a
bit,
zipper. I was very confused.
right, but I just hate. I hate when I see white people wearing that shit.
I agree.
Like I've run through like, and yeah, I support Palestine, but
We all
in
do.
general, like when I go running downtown and they have like sometimes they have meetings on the bridge for like the Palestinian
Oh, and they pull
support
up with
groups,
Right.
and it's like a bunch of white people in these things, and I'm
Wearing
like,
those?
it. Oh, the Palestinians, yeah.
it's
Now
just-
you can go.
You fuck with that?
it just seems so stupid. Like I understand, okay, it's like a symbol
Solidarity,
thing,
yeah, yeah.
a solidarity thing.
Right.
It pisses me off. It's like just over here. Put it over here. It's like I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of like a mix. Like white people like wearing a do-rag or something like that.
That's why this
Like if it's
base-
like Black Lives
Hold
Matter
on.
and they start
That's
wearing
why this basement's a fucking mess all the time.
Look at me, my parents threw
He
a fucking
goes,
mess. It was,
I'll put it over here.
well, I was gonna put it over
chuck
here.
it.
I have stuff over here. I was gonna throw it back here, so I just
Chuck
threw
it
it
on
over
the
here. I'm gonna put it on the couch after. Don't
In
worry.
the line. I hope they watch that part.
I'll
They're
put it
like,
back on the couch. Anyway,
fucking grunts
imagine
like
if it
it.
was like imagine if it was like they were what's the African country that's like in apartheid right now or something like that?
Congo.
Yeah, the Congo. It's like if for the Congo movement
Congolese?
they were wearing do-rags or something like that. It
We
just
s-
it just seems whack. It just seems whack. I'm like, what do we?
Who
I'm
you
like,
know in Congo wearing do-rags?
I don't probably. I don't know.
Why probably?
I don't know. Well,
That's
because it's
gotta
a
be racist.
popular headdress.
So how was the Friendsgiving though?
Friendsgiving was good. Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's
What
get
are people
on.
in the Congo with?
This
It's like-
section
how about
is
this?
going.
How about
Mike
this?
gets
How about this?
canceled. This is like the 5th time we got to put that in section.
Yo, the
Like when
Friendsgiving.
Tommy wears like his Nigerian like outfit.
Yes.
It's like if someone. I don't know what they call it. Don't know. Come on. I didn't want to call it a dress. I don't know what they deem it as.
It's a brickia.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So when he wears his,
right when he wears his brickia.
that's not true. I'm sorry. That's
I mean,
not
you
what it's
fuck.
called.
I'm gonna say it doesn't sound right.
No, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
But if he wore that, and then it was like, say Nigeria was like in a civil war with some other
And people-
thing,
and white people started wearing it. Yeah, yeah,
that,
yeah.
I'd be like, all right, buddy. I mean, what are we doing? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I
yeah.
understand the point. It's just like, really,
Yep.
it just seems
So you had, but
distasteful.
you had a Friendsgiving.
More of the story. Had a Friendsgiving.
yes.
We made 2 turkeys because I guess
Oh.
usually we eat enough. We eat through 1 turkey fully.
That happened before.
Oh, we have one every year.
You went to see your friends from college.
Right. We have one every year. We have Friendsgiving every year. We have Christmas. We have a Secret Santa on New Year's.
Okay.
So I'll probably go back up there for New Year's most likely.
Nice.
But we made 2 turkeys. Came out perfect. We didn't eat. We probably ate half a turkey.
It was about nobody eats a turkey
But we
anymore.
usually eat more than 1 turkey. That's why he was like, "Oh, I'll buy 2 turkeys this year."
Oh, well, that's why.
And it was like I think we expected more people to show up, and like 5 less people showed up. I think, which is kind of
Take
weird.
any leftovers?
No, I didn't. I should have. I didn't think about that. I didn't take any leftovers.
It's the best part.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
What else was the spread? What was the spread looking like? You had 2 turkeys.
2
What
turkeys.
else? Stuffing.
Stuffing. Abdullah made stuffing. It wasn't. It was too soft. I told
the
him that.
stuffing.
Yeah.
Mushy.
It was too mushy. Yeah.
Gross.
It wasn't like. I don't know how your parents make stuffing if they make stuffing, but you definitely put the sausage in it. He put the sausage in it.
Yeah.
which was a good. And then
Yep.
it was too mushy. It wasn't like firm enough. I
That's
guess.
too
Like,
bad.
It wasn't dry enough or like firm enough.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah, some made mashed. I don't eat mashed potatoes, so some made mashed potatoes.
Sick.
Um,
What's
bunch
your
of desserts.
favorite Thanksgiving food item?
Stuffing. Clearly,
Me
stuffing.
too.
I'm not a big
Yeah.
stuffing
I know you're
guy
not a big stuffing
at
guy.
all.
Favorite as well.
My favorite baked mac, if that counts as Thanksgiving food.
Yeah, so you know what?
It counts.
And the guy who gave me this made mac and cheese, right?
Yeah.
We're going shopping with him to make the mac and cheese, right? We get his ingredients. First two things he buys. Oh, I'm trying to remember what the
and
fucking
cheese.
second thing was. It was like he picked up ground mustard. And I said, "What are you doing with that?" And then the second thing he picked up, I remember the aisle we were on, and I can't picture it. I just can't picture it. But he goes and he was grabbing the blocks of cheese, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. And Mike goes, "Oh, just get the cheaper cheese, right?" And I was like, "All right, that's fine. That makes
Yeah.
sense." And so obviously he wasn't talking to me; he was talking to him.
He grabs a cheese whiz
We go to the other corner. We get the shredded cheese
instead of blocks.
instead of blocks. Now, do you know what the difference between those two things are?
Yes.
Yes. Very integral differences.
Yes.
So I say this to him as we get home. I go, "Oh my God, I didn't think about this. Like, it's not going to sit right.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be all fucked up." And so, hot, it looks fine. But when it, like, coagulates,
Yeah.
it was just, like, shredded cheese and fucking mac and cheese. And it was just, like a solidified thing of it. And I go, this is not good. And it's already bad enough because, like, if you get the mac and cheese cold, it's like it fucking weighs.
Oh,
on
yeah.
it. It's like
yeah.
fucking condensed milk and macaroni.
Right.
And this was it didn't look good. You would not liked it.
I hate mac and cheese.
You've never had it.
That's right.
So
Dude, it's so
hate
good.
is a crazy word for not having something.
They get mac and cheese.
That's disgusting. They had two cats, Sosa and Goose.
Sosa and Goose is
Sosa and
hilarious.
Goose.
Nice. That's good.
That's got to be
That was a good
racist.
job.
Top
Thank
tier
you.
cats. Top tier cats.
Top tier cats. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, why?
You can pick them up. They don't scratch you. They don't claw at you.
Really?
They love people. They
Wow.
just you come up behind them, scoop them, pick them up.
Yeah.
Put them on your shoulder. They love it. Like
You know,
literally,
cats
like
get a
lap
bad
cats.
rap, to be honest.
No,
That's
they
like
deserve
kind
it.
of
They
most
deserve
cats.
it. They
A lot of it's not most
A lot
cats
of
at
them
all.
deserve it.
Just saying.
Yeah, my
I
brother's
deserve it.
cat.
I think it's
he
more.
tries me
I
sometimes.
think it's more a people problem.
Yes and no. So I was asking,
Cats
I go,
really aren't that bad.
No, cats
No, they're not.
aren't
No.
that
Inherently,
bad.
no, not that bad. But some of them are just have attitudes, just
Right.
cause.
Sure.
Cats are more indifferent to people than dogs.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
dogs love everybody.
Sure.
Like if they don't fuck with you, they don't fuck with you.
Yeah, and it's for life.
Yeah. There's no growing up. They're like that forever.
A dog might not fuck with you for like six business
Right.
days.
You can you can let the dog go. The dog will like grow up with you.
Right.
Like you get if you get a bad dog from like, he had a bad growing up or something like that, it's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the dog's fine. The cat's fucked.
Right.
The cat's gonna wake you up
Yeah.
fucking clawing you in the face.
for no reason.
Yeah.
Nice.
Um
So they had 2 cats. You had Friendsgiving. How many friends? A lot of friends.
at least 15, I don't know.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
that's actually a lot.
No, we have a lot
That's
of
dope.
people.
That's
Everyone
dope.
everyone from their hometown basically comes over.
Oh, so you know everyone there,
No, I know everyone there.
Oh.
We all went to college together.
Oh,
Like, literally,
oh.
it's like basically URI.
but they live up there. Most of them, majority of them.
Yeah, they all live in the same town.
But you're the
Oh,
foreigner.
Wow.
Right, I come up. Yeah, I'm the foreigner.
Right.
Damn.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's like the same thing here with like all our guys.
right.
But
We don't
like
have
up there,
Friendsgiving 'cause
that's
we hate
crazy.
each other.
I thought, yeah.
It actually is funny that like nobody gave enough of a shit to have one.
Maybe next year we'll throw one.
Diversity Catalog throws a Friendsgiving,
Yeah.
an exclusive list of people can
Well,
go.
the only
Yeah.
problem is we don't have like unless we hosted it here. Like we don't have a big
We
enough
would-
venue.
Nah,
we
we're
can-
not doing that.
We could go somewhere.
Where would we go? I'd rather have it be made. Like unless Eggman like moves into a different place and has more space.
Oh yeah. Eggman.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's the same thing. Like when Flower Girl went away to her home country, and we
Yeah.
had like a dinner party. I was like, oh, we should do this more often.
Oh yeah.
That was fun. That was a good time.
He did say dinner parties.
It's a dinner
Um,
parties.
Yeah.
So you had a good time at the Friendsgiving.
Yeah, it was good. Good time. I got
good.
full fast.
Oh,
Really?
It was bad.
What'd you eat?
It was the cookies. The cookies warned.
you had cookies?
The cookies warned me.
You had cookies before you ate?
had the dinner?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
cookies before I had the dinner.
You
Cookies
know
before.
stuff.
These cookies were like
That makes sense. No,
like
Yeah.
that big. These cookies were like that big and like this thick.
Are you serious?
Kind of cookie.
They were like chocolate chunk cookies.
Double
Like,
chocolate
They
chunk?
literally had chocolate chunks in it.
Wow.
And then
How many did you have before you ate dinner?
Double chocolate chunk.
probably 3.
3 of
Throughout
those?
the day. I think I woke up with my breakfast. I had a chocolate chip cookie because they were in the pantry, and I go, "These are massive."
All right.
I have to have it.
Having breakfast,
We had a disproportionate amount of desserts. We
having
always had a
breakfast
disproportionate
on
amount of
Thanksgiving is already your first problem.
Yeah.
desserts. Whoa, what do you want from me?
Reality.
You gotta gear up for the war.
Well, I was hungry. I didn't have dinner. I just had lunch. I think the earlier day. I think
Right.
loosely.
So you had 3 cookies, some roast beef, a chicken.
And a pizza.
What else did you have?
The leg of the turkey
Nice.
because we had 4 of them. You don't like the skin's amazing. My
Yeah,
skin's
the
my favorite
skin,
part.
and then you start eating. You're like, all right,
I might just buy like a small turkey just to have the skin.
You know, the most fucked up part about it, too, is I can see Mike just literally peeling the skin off with his bare hands
and then leaving it. Yeah.
and eating it because he eats chicken thighs with his hands, too.
Don't get me craving
Right?
chicken
Can't
thighs.
you
That
see
fucking-
that?
One hand dipping
Yeah.
it. You be
It's
doing
so
that.
good. It's so.
I know that
just
skin's
salt,
good.
Just salt and pepper on the turkey.
Maturing is realizing that
Skin
that chicken thighs are better than breasts.
That's not maturing. Everyone knows that. Chicken breasts are so mid.
I like the breast better. I like cutting into it. I want to touch it.
What the fuck? What do you mean you want to touch it?
I said I don't want to touch it.
Oh.
Anyway, keep going.
Odd.
So you had the
You-
turkey leg.
Yeah, turkey
I just don't
leg.
want to spend 45
stuffing.
minutes on your part again, like last episode, to be honest.
Why? It was good. We got a lot of views.
It was good to be fair.
I guess, yeah.
My one tangent.
I'm
you
trying
guys
to
know-
ask
You
more
guys know how I
structured
said when I
questions.
retire, like I want to have a hands-on restaurant, like a hands-only restaurant.
Yep.
Mhm.
What does this have to do with the
I saw
Friendsgiving?
one. I saw one that does it.
So they took you're fucked. You can't do it.
I know. The gimmick's
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
So you had Friendsgiving, though.
It's like when Ange made Orbeez.
Made Oreos.
Orbeez?
Orbeez.
Were you the one that said that?
Wait,
I made Orbeez, buddy.
Oh, it was you.
Yeah,
I made
Oh.
fucking Orbeez. Don't
he
you
did.
take my fucking fame from me. I should have went to Shark Tank with those shit.
Rewriting history.
Yeah.
What, at 3 years old?
I'm pissed about that. I was
Hello,
at least,
Shark
at
Tank. I'd
least
like to give
13.
you-
At least 13.
Yep. So you
So
had
yeah, Friendsgiving.
So you had 3 chocolate chip cookies. You had turkey leg.
Turkey leg, stuffing, mac and cheese,
Nice.
bread.
Good.
That
I'm-
was the intro.
bread.
Nice
and
plate.
throughout the night, I paced myself on cookies.
More cookies, yeah.
Right, more cookies. Because we finished eating at like 7:30.
PM.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's reasonable, yeah.
Then people playing Let's Dance.
And you were like, oh,
I'm eating cookies.
Let me eat a cookie.
Milk.
Milk. Oh,
Let me
of
eat a
course.
Someone
Cookie.
bought a gallon of milk for the hot chocolate bar that was never made, so I said, "Give me the milk."
Give it to me.
I guarantee he was fisting it, too.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't fisting it. It was the party
Oh,
milk. so
good.
people were
I'm
gonna have
okay.
milk.
Good.
I could have
I'm
fisted it because
I'm
no one's
proud of
having
you.
it.
I'm not. I wouldn't
No
have
one
been
else had the
surprised
milk.
if
Yeah.
you did.
I could have been fisting it.
I
Give me-
wouldn't have been surprised if you
Give me
did.
milk.
I wouldn't. I don't know.
That you double fisting it too.
Double fisting it? No, it's one.
Hand on the bottom.
You gotta. You
Gripping
gotta
it nice. Yep.
They're dancing around Mike's.
So that's
chugging.
good. I'm glad. That's nice.
Yeah,
You had a
we-
nice time with your main
yeah.
friends. That's
Yeah.
cool. Very nice.
I'm a one plater at Thanksgiving now.
That's what happened to me, like,
Unfortunately,
months later. Yeah. unfortunately.
like last year, I feel like we were all texting in the group chat like, "Damn, like I got full quick as hell this year."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something's going on. Something's in the food.
But
this
we
year,
usually
last
do
year.
like courses though.
Right.
Oh, it's all out there. We wait until everything's done and we just fucking go for it.
We usually do like a pasta or soup course,
Right. To
and
start.
then we have bang. the meat.
See, that's
But before that,
crazy.
we have like appetizer bullshit.
Right. We have the same. We have the same thing at my thing.
Yeah,
Actual
yeah,
Thanksgiving.
So is it like
That's usually what we do. And then when you refer to like the one plate, like I agree. Like when all the main course comes out, I usually just fill up one plate.
See, I don't do. Is that just like an Italian thing?
I don't
Like
know. We just
courses?
always did courses.
It's kind of. It's a more European thing.
We just always
I was
did
about to say, 'cause,
courses
yeah,
on every
we just,
holiday.
Everyone brings the shit
My-
and it's there, and if somebody comes in late with something, you just fucking add
my
it to the
cousin.
pile.
My cousin Vito.
Nice.
He does like a. My cousin Vinny does like actual courses.
Yeah, we
He
always
has a whole
did
soup course, a whole antipasta course.
That
Yep.
to me is just so
Crazy.
insane.
Like it's
We
like a
do that.
5-course meal.
We do that every year.
That's
You
so
have a
crazy
coffee,
to me.
Coffee, and then you have dessert.
Yeah, it's technically like 5 courses.
Yeah.
I just don't. That like
plenty
that. I
of
cannot comprehend that in my head for some reason.
It's a bit much.
Because the fruit, dessert, chestnuts after.
Right. You have a
Classic.
downtime before the dessert.
Love chestnuts.
See, like
You go into halftime.
Yeah.
The person cooking probably must hate fucking Thanksgiving.
How long you usually sit at the table on average?
5 minutes
5 minutes?
max.
You're eating your plate in 5 minutes?
No, it depends. Depends who's at the table.
It's legit like 4 hours for us at least.
Well, if you're doing courses.
In terms of like, yeah,
Yeah.
Dude,
three at the minimum because like when you have antipasto course, pasta. There's probably like 45 minutes to an hour before the main
Right.
course comes out. That's usually what we do, to be honest.
The food just ain't done.
It's done.
It's probably
You
like
just waiting
it?
it's probably like finishing touches, but it's like it's in the oven ready to go.
Who
You
cooks?
can't eat bang, 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 bang back to back. You gotta.
Well, you don't have 5 courses.
No, it's the best. I love that.
Who cooks?
I mean,
Is it like a group project
yeah,
or
I
like
won't
one
even be
person
there.
cooking?
Oh yeah,
I don't
yeah,
clean.
Yeah, yeah,
Damn.
it's multiple cooks.
And just Cardi B.
That's so crazy.
Usually everybody brings something, but like my aunt and uncle and my like other aunt will be like in the kitchen all day. Yeah, probably.
I was just picturing like the bear episode going on in the fucking thing during fucking Thanksgiving. I need hands. Can I get hands?
Oh.
No, yeah.
I meant the one where they're at Christmas dinner.
You do
No,
courses?
that-
no,
I
your
hate
family
that
does
episode.
courses.
Not really. We do 3 courses. We have appetizer before
Right.
the food's done.
Yeah.
Food, then dessert.
Oh, so
It's like a 15-minute intermission.
Okay.
Everyone cleans plates.
But it's
dessert.
planned.
Yeah, it's planned
Loosely.
out. of
See,
course.
like,
yeah, of course.
No one's
What I
saying-
would do,
no one's
I
ringing
would-
a bell.
No. But like for what I would do, like I would have my 3 courses, but that's just like natural. I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. Let me try and get something before the actual like big food's done. It's not like, oh, we're eating our appetizers now. Oh, now we're doing this.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Well,
oh,
that's what we do.
There's no. I mean,
like if something's ready, you eat it. Basically,
right. I mean, it's loosely the same. Whatever it's given to us is when it's given
crazy.
to us. I don't know.
that's so wild.
It's looser. It's not his might be actual sectional. Mine's a lot.
oh,
more
I was about to say his is
natural
definitely
flow.
sectional.
It
But
is.
my
Yeah,
family's
actually-
actually super efficient. Like 3
Yeah.
hours max gone.
That's how it should
No,
be.
we're there for
We get there at 3. We're gone by 7, max.
Good. I like
People
it.
take a
It
nap,
should be.
wake up, eat dessert, leave.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
I'm actually
Thanksgiving nap hits.
uncle's this year. I forgot what he's doing with the turkey.
I really don't know what I'm doing this year.
You'll find out.
Yeah, I will the day of. I'm telling you.
So Friendsgiving was good. You had a good time.
They had a good time.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that.
So Friendsgiving was good, yeah.
Well, last time I just let you riff and like it was good, but I tried to structure you.
Oh.
You get a little off topic sometimes.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
So Josh, what happened Friday?
Well, everybody's weekend was immediately improved by the
100%.
Unannounced dropping of
Oh, man.
Kendrick Lamar's latest
fuck you
album,
said
The
Friday.
GOAT, GNX, Black Grand National. All I ever wanted. Yeah, Kendrick dropped randomly. It was about at what, noon? What time is it? EST 11:30 noon time.
I missed.
No,
I
it must
completely
have
missed
been. It was after I got there. So maybe it was kind of noon time.
It was around noon EST. But yeah, Kendrick dropped.
Yeah, 'cause I went to
GNX.
lunch and I was listening to it.
12-song album. Yo, it's pretty good. I mean, it's been out for 4 days. I haven't found a skip.
I tell you what,
Get 12 on the dot.
when I listened to it the first time,
Hated it.
I kind of hated it.
Yeah.
Yo, really? Yo, I'm gonna be honest. This was probably the most I enjoyed an album on my first playthrough.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
Usually I listen to something, don't go back to it for a couple weeks.
You say the
I said that about Chromacopia.
Yeah.
crazy.
It was I
Chromacopia.
gave it like 2 listens through,
We'll go
saved
back.
it,
We'll go over
saved a couple songs. I'll go through it like when I'm bored again. There's nothing that grasps me. The couple songs I saved, I'll listen to, but the rest of the album, whatever. This, I was like, I think I probably listened to it 4 or 5 times through immediately, bang, 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 back to back to back.
Wow.
back
Right,
to
you
back.
have to.
Then I
You
went
have
to the gym that night, listened to the whole thing again.
Well,
Because I was
for a lot of the songs, you know.
because I was working from home too,
Right.
so I could just sit there at my
Right,
desk and
right,
just
right.
let it play through like on my.
Well, when I listened to it, I got like a couple songs in, and I thought to myself, I'm retaining none of this.
Right.
And I had to go back
Yeah.
and listen to it again. That's why, like, when I was texting the group chat, I sent like reactions late to songs.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I hold up. I need to relax. I need to go
I
back
don't
and
You
try-
listen
gather
to it.
yourself. You have to honestly lock your
Dude,
door, go in the
I
study.
threw it on so quick. I was so excited to listen to it
Yeah.
that I didn't pay attention
No,
at
right.
all.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, wait, hold up.
That's why I think my first time, because it was a different structure than he's ever done before.
In terms of,
Because
There was no theme.
there was no theme.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, technically, but not. In
There
the
were
sense that
there
we're
were
used to.
themes with
There's
it, but it wasn't
there's
a
no-
big.
there's
There
no-
wasn't a larger structure.
There's no
Yeah.
storyline.
Yeah, no
that
story.
develops
There were
throughout.
songs with storylines in them, but
That
not
completely
like.
threw
yeah.
me off my game.
Well, that's okay. When you said you didn't like it at first, that's what you had to
Right.
kind of like reset and be like, all right, I'm putting my mindset into like, this isn't a fucking damn, it isn't a Mr. Morale. It's gonna be a
Which is
West
interesting.
Coast
right?
anthem type of album,
Which is an interesting. I didn't know how
an
to
ode
eat
to the
it.
West Coast.
Didn't know how to eat that because when it came out, I was like, damn, my
It's
life's about
unlike
to change.
it's
Yeah.
unlike any other album Kendrick's ever dropped.
Right, for good and bad. Is it my favorite album? No, definitely not.
No, obviously the other albums, because like you're used to what he puts out
Right.
as being like
The standard.
moments in time, basically,
Right.
which is technically is to me still like a moment in time.
Yeah,
But it just doesn't have a central theme to it, to where
Right.
it's like damn, like he really spent like years and years working on this, which he usually does
Right.
with most of his music.
right.
Like this, there are songs on this. I said in the group chat, like he literally had to have made it within the last week.
Well, he got some of the beats like 2 days before it
Yeah.
released, which makes me think that this isn't actually the album to be.
It's not like an album. Yeah,
It seems
Well,
like more of a
people were-
mixtape.
People
type
were
shit.
saying
yeah.
that.
Like technically, it's an album. It's a studio album,
Right.
but like it's more of one of because
More of a
like
coloring book.
who did that? I think. I forget. I heard academics like he made a good point. He's like, oh, like insert artist names here, release something like this, but it wasn't really like an album. So like I'm not gonna count this as like one of Kendrick's albums. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it seems like not.
Which it does, because it's clearly deviated from his normal path.
Right.
So we'll see. Because
Which
there
is
was
interesting because
there was a song he released
new album structure. Maybe
in
it's
the
actually doing
beginning.
songs.
There was like a song he released in the beginning with like a video to it that was not on this album whatsoever. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
where the fuck is that? So
but it's interesting because then I won't jump. Let me tell you, what's your favorite songs? You got favorite songs on this?
I gave a top 5. I'm gonna look at it. I said
Now,
it the
in
other
this,
day.
when you guys go through that and just you things, I was gonna say like there is kind of a structure, which I guess I haven't translated to fucking Spanish yet.
Right.
But so those are in 3 of the songs. So
I was
those,
trying to look at that.
Those
on
have to be
Genius.
obviously checkpoints in the album or something like that.
Yeah.
But I saw the backstory. I guess he was at a Dodgers game, and the lady who's singing in Spanish was the person performing in America.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That's how they hooked
He
up.
gave her
basically.
He gave her a chance.
Yeah.
Which is cool because he highlighted a couple of young artists from the West Coast on
Right.
this.
All the features are
Gave them all
local
fucking
artists.
top
Yeah.
10 fucking hits. That's
Very
that's
Now,
really
I
really
think
cool.
any of them are good. No.
I actually liked a lot of them except for like 2 people. Like the
I didn't.
Tell 'em
retain-
Peso did it. That song,
Yeah, that
I liked
shit
everyone
pissed
on
me
that
off.
except for the dude at
Oh.
the end because he was saying nonsense.
Okay.
But I think most of the features were like actually like they rapped well. I was like, oh,
It was
like
cool.
this goes
It
well.
reminded me of some of like the early Kanye albums that have features some guys that like I just could not tell you their names.
Right.
Yeah.
But like even some of the Tupac albums have random artists from that time on those where it's like no idea who the fuck this guy is, but
Yeah.
like
Did well in the song.
gave the best
Yeah.
verse of his life at the right time. You know?
I wasn't blown away by any of the feature.
I don't think you were meant
Oh,
to be.
SZA.
SZA did a great job.
Yes,
Yes.
SZA, I meant, but none of the
Like the rappers.
none of the rappers. I guess.
I mean, my favorite song is definitely Luther.
Luther's really good.
I thought Luther was incredible when I first listened to it.
I like
But they're saying Reincarnated is like
It's goated.
some people are already saying it's like might be the best song he's ever written.
It's up there.
I was about to say I could
It's up
see the
there.
argument for that 100%.
Depends how you list your songs.
Well, I feel like a lot of people are more so getting into Kendrick now because of his recent like massive
which is a
exposure.
problem.
So if you're hearing that now as like a casual fan of Kendrick, you're probably like, "Oh my god, like this is amazing." But like he's done that where he speaks in different perspectives and stuff like that before.
Yeah, like
Right.
it's on every album,
Yeah.
pretty much.
That's my favorite song of the album.
Is your favorite?
Yeah, 100%.
I like-
I've listened to it probably 15
it's my top 3.
I like Luther and Gloria. I love Gloria. Gloria is
Yeah.
such a good fucking song.
Gloria is pretty beautiful.
Oh. When he said, "Send a bit, but my bitch is my pin," that shit was fucking. Oh, I was like,
Yeah,
that was hard.
it is a cool song. Yeah, and I liked Dodger Blue a lot too.
I kind of didn't like that song.
I like it too. I love all
I
of
loved it. I
Kendrick's
thought
melodic
I
songs.
just thought it sounds so like
Yeah.
West Coast summer.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love
I guess it wasn't what I was
Bless
looking
you.
for specifically.
in terms of
music-wise.
Yeah.
Like
Look,
coming off of last album into this album,
Well, okay, yeah, that's
I didn't expect this.
yeah. Well, that's why you gotta like fucking.
Right. Which is
as
tough.
soon as you hear the
That's
first couple
why-
songs, you're like, wait, axe it. This is what this
That's
is.
why Reincarnated I love.
Because it was
I
more
love
something. Yeah,
Reincarnated.
yeah, yeah.
Right, because it's like a storybook song.
Right.
And the Hard Part 6 as well is one of those.
Didn't care.
Hard Part 6 is it's such a
I
cool
liked it,
song though.
I liked it a lot.
If you listen to what he's talking about, it's a fucking dope song.
so good.
It's like an apology.
Right. No, I get that. It just
I think that's dope.
It didn't strike me.
Should we go through song by song and our interpretations of it?
We can. There's only 12, so.
Can you tell
We can.
audience we had no plan for this?
Yeah, we did.
We're just
Yeah,
like I was talking
Not
about
playing
the
this.
album.
We're like Kendrick
Shit,
talking.
all
Yeah.
right.
Well, Whacked Out Murals is cool. I think it's a play on words. I think it's supposed to be Whacked Out Morals,
Like a double entendre type of shit.
to be honest. But that's cool because he obviously like comes at a bunch of people in the industry. Like all of a sudden he's taking shots at Snoop Dogg and Wayne, and
Yeah.
like the standout line from that song. He's like, "I hope Snoop was off them edibles." Like when he reposted, what was it, Family Matters?
Yeah. Soup did reply. You said it was a bit edibles. That was
Well, it's
funny.
also-
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
lucky he's loved.
It was also a response to Tailor Made, right in the second half of the song.
Is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Hitting at what exactly?
I mean,
Explain.
Just
he literally
just in general.
references, like-
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I don't need AI or whatever. Didn't he say that?
no, he literally references Tailor Made. Like
What'd
he
he
says
say?
it in the song in the second half. Let me see if I can pull it up.
I also think people are like overreacting to the Wayne shit. They're like, he dissed him, but
Yeah.
it's not really a diss. Like the point he was making was like, and I do like the way he went about it too, saying like, oh, I did so well, I disappointed one of the legends, one of the people I really cared about.
Right.
Because like, yeah, now he's so big and so loved, he got the spot over somebody that a lot of people think a New Orleans native should have got the
Right.
spot in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I like the way he went about it, but Lil Wayne did not take it like that at all.
Well, I think the main optics was everyone saying, "Oh, Lil Wayne should have got it. Lil Wayne should have got it," and Lil Wayne kind of should have came out and said, "No, like Kendrick deserves it."
Yeah, he didn't give him his flowers
Da-di-da-di-da.
back. Yeah.
Right. Which I think was the main problem. Which obviously, so Lil Wayne obviously didn't specifically diss him, but it was kind of like a silent thing that he feels slighted by, I guess. So I don't think it was like left
I think my
field.
hard work let Lil Wayne down.
Yeah. You're still looking for those lyrics.
Soup posted Taylor Made. I prayed was the edibles.
Yeah, but then he goes off. He keeps talking about it. Or Drake, I guess.
I couldn't believe it was only right from go one Super Bowl. And I was going to crash.
Whacked out murals. Lyrics.
Oh, the double entendre thing.
Oh, I'm looking.
That's a hit.
I'll fill the silence.
Yeah.
But yeah, Whacked Out Murals was cool. He just starts taking shots at everybody. Which and the thing, what?
I got it.
Did you find it? Okay, good.
So there was something where one of the lines on verse 3, it was like, hot boys from my city couldn't entertain old boy, promising bank transactions, even Bitcoin.
Oh
That
yeah,
was talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
Drake trying to get dirt
Trying
on
to put
him.
stuff in the street. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Which like the way he said that kind of seems like it wasn't just he was putting money out for information type shit. You know what I mean? Which is kind of like, ooh,
Murder for hire.
yeah.
Anything else that stood out to you in that one? Mike, you're still reading.
References Cat Williams, make them proud, and truth about to get loud.
Yep, that was funny. Because Cat Williams has been a big pusher of the truth.
Let's move on to the next song.
Squabble Up was a banger.
Squabble up.
Obviously, that was a song he teased, Not Like Us.
We incarnated. I
It was a video, right? He teased it in or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. Nice feature on that one. And Squabble Up, but that's a bop.
Who's the feature?
It was a feature.
Debbie Deb. When I hear
Right.
music.
Oh,
right,
oh,
right,
oh, oh,
right.
I was very confused. Oh, yeah, yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Why? What did I say? Feature.
Feature. I was
You
so
said
I was like,
feature. I
huh?
was like, who the fuck's on this?
Yeah, that was a cool sample.
I really like that one. Yeah.
Debbie Deb.
Like, come on, say it.
Yo, and I think Kendrick's like really starting to show his versatility. I wanted to say that.
Well, that was the big thing of him.
Yeah,
By, like
that's
people
been
didn't
a
like him. They're
knock,
like, he
and
can't make a club banger. He
And
can't
I
do this.
wanted to, I wanted to bring that up when we first started talking about the album, because what I was thinking this whole time is like, you know something, Kendrick really could have been spoon feeding us random 10, 12 song albums like this.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I don't think it would have hurt his discography at all. right? Like that's the knock on some artists is that
Yeah.
it's like quality over quantity, right?
Exactly.
People like to sit here and say, and I'm probably including that category, that like Kendrick hasn't really missed on anything he's dropped. And you could tell, like he takes his time and the quality
Yeah.
of music he puts out is so great. But he also just did this.
Yeah.
And he also just put out some of the best diss tracks ever
Literally.
in the span of a week, 10 days, a month.
It's crazy.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that was almost symbolic in itself to me. The fact that like, oh shit, like,
Yeah.
wait, so he killed Drake in a rap beef and now he's kind of taking
Stepping in his
over
lane, yeah.
his little lane in this like modern rap game of dropping club bangers or
Yeah.
whatever you want to call
He
it.
says this word a lot.
Yes, he does.
Just reading it again.
Yeah.
I was laughing. I'm fucking dead.
So yeah, that was cool. But Squabble Up, I think that's the one for the radio probably.
Yeah.
Right.
And people were waiting for that one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was alright. Squabble up.
I thought it was good. It's good. It bangs in the gym, to be honest.
His album's probably 7.5 out of 10 for me.
No.
It's definitely one of his lesser pieces in my mind.
Here's the thing, though.
Oh.
You ask that to a person from the West Coast, they're gonna say
Right.
this is the best
Right.
fucking album I've ever heard in my life. Like that, like a lot of those like soundscapes and stuff that he uses that are like primarily rooted in the West Coast. If you really don't like that, you're probably not gonna like the album that much.
Right.
But like I feel like he does a good job in like bringing all those elements in, and also bridging the people that don't really care for that type of music, because I don't really care much about the West Coast music.
It's a super West Coast sound.
Yeah, but
I
like
listen to stuff
I
like
fucking liked it a lot, and I don't really fuck with the West Coast music like that. But like I think he does a good job of like keeping the listener engaged. I think that's a big thing for me with music, is that like if you don't have like 2 or 3 switch ups in a song, you're probably gonna get bored of it really easy and just label that like, oh, it's a gym song. Oh, I'll listen to this in the background,
Right.
like in the car. I can bump this in the car. But like him, like even in like Squabble Up, he has like 3 different flows on it, and it's just like you gotta keep the viewer or listener engaged, and I love that shit. He does a really good job with that. Yes,
Are we going through each? We're gonna go through each song. It's my
we
thing.
can go through the ones that we like.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
Luther obviously is the next one. It's great with SZA. That's a beautiful song. One of the best Kendrick songs I think ever.
Right?
Is it not? Is it not? It is.
I wouldn't say one of the best ever.
It's his
I've listened to it
best
a couple
song
more
with
times, I
SZA.
guess.
Give me that. Thank you.
Toes in the
Lie
wind.
for it, die for it, pussy.
That's a good song
It's a
too.
good song.
No, but this is better than that.
Luther is unbelievable.
Right, 100% better.
Great sample and everything. It really,
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, Luther's fire.
I really like.
I said what I said in the group chat.
What'd you say?
I don't want to say it on here.
Oh, I
It
remember.
sounds sad.
I remember. You said.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
what it
Josh,
makes
I
you
wish
feel
I had
like.
a girl listen to.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah, to listen.
I heard that
to
in the
Dude.
tweet
with.
somewhere.
Yeah.
nice intimate female listen to Luther with.
Intimate.
That's what that song's for, right?
Yeah.
You know? He's always got one like that on each album, right? He had Love on Damn.
Love, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He always gives you one like that. That's that one for this album. That's a beautiful song. You said you like Man in the Garden a lot?
I like the Man at the Garden.
Yeah.
Is that the one that deserved to have it all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeds my delusions of grandeur.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one. It's a good gym song.
Yeah. The whole album is, I'm telling you, that's all I listened to
Um,
this past couple of days.
I like the end of it. The end of it was funny.
Hey Now is fire. Dude, I'm telling you right now, like from Squabble to TV Off,
No skips.
I'm telling you, that's gonna, in my opinion, like that's gonna go down as
Oh.
a historic 6-song run. It just is. I'm telling you,
Can you hedge your bets at all?
dude.
You really
Everything's the best thing.
That might be
The
the best
people-
6-song. We have to go back to the Michael Jackson album again.
Yeah,
and go,
yeah,
wow,
yeah.
this is actually the most.
Yeah, no,
generous
that
song."
I'm
was
saying,
the
like,
most generation.
I'm saying like for him in his career, like in hip hop, like modern day albums, that was a great 6-song run.
Right.
I think he does it in most of his albums.
Yeah, I mean, I have to go back and look at
I thought it was
six. That's like an ESPN.
Six a lot, yeah.
Six is a lot.
I know, but it is.
It's like I like Man at the Garden. I don't know if it's a.
That's an elite.
Great
That's a
song.
top 6-song run. Those are all like 8+ out of 10. Why are you laughing?
I mean, that's a tough stat. I don't know. I can't off the top of my head give you a 6-song run.
I can't give you another one either off the top of my head, but this one's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. I'm just saying, like a 6-song run is like that's a tough thing to come off.
It's great.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Reincarnated is great. I wanted to talk about that one too.
Best song in the album. Let's talk about
I'll
it.
tell you what,
I wanna talk about
I
that.
did skip to that song immediately, thinking it
How the
was
fuck you
the snippet that he posted in Not Like Us. And I didn't hear it at first. I was like, okay, let me go back.
Right, because it's reincarnated.
Yeah, this was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so I originally thought, now obviously it's over a Tupac beat.
Yes.
So I thought it was going to be about that. That, like, he's the reincarnation of Tupac.
Right.
But I think what he's saying is he's the reincarnation of Prince.
No, you missed.
Did I miss on it?
You missed. Josh,
But listen, but let me give you my thoughts. So I was saying it in a group chat with Josh. I thought he was rapping from the perspective of Prince, because he talks about like young kid getting kicked out of his home, supremely talented at guitar, like angelic voice, like misunderstood, labeled as a female in his industry.
Mm.
Did I cook? I kind of just cooked, Mike. I'm sorry.
No, I fear not. I fear not. Where did you label as a female industry?
It's something like that, like confused as a woman. It's in like the first or second verse. But then I was like, is Prince from Michigan? I have no idea where Prince is from.
I doubt it's from Michigan, to be honest. 1947.
That's when it says.
Oh.
But then I was like, he'd be 100 years old. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
but I thought when I first
you missed on that
when I first listened to it, I thought he was talking about Prince,
Right.
and it made sense in my head. It made sense in my head too, because during the rap beef, he was likening himself to Prince and comparing Drake to Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit, this is actually kind of cool. But Mike's telling me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Why am
Josh,
wrong?
I know
your
what it
perspective
is.
on-
I know what it is. I already know.
What is it? Learn me something.
He was at least because there was
Let's
three
see if
different
he- let's see if
clear.
he-
There were 3 different clear parts in it, right? There were 3 different clear parts in it.
Sorry.
There were,
Let me hear it.
but one of them I know for sure was in. I don't know if he was talking through the eyes of
Another life.
the devil,
Damn, he cooked. He knew.
or if he was talking as God teaching Kendrick about
That's the last verse.
the devil falling from heaven.
He
Yeah,
was both.
he's
So,
talking about
In
as
the first
God
3 verses, he's talking as the devil.
the whole entire
In the
3.
last verse, he's the
He's
devil
talking to God. And God's like, this is why you're whatever. And
Right.
he's like, oh, I did all these things.
Right.
He's like, no, you
Only
fell.
3 verses.
Right. Well, the 4th verse, him being the other perspective.
Yeah. But then when what's the last verse? Just him as Kendrick Lamar, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Can you go deeper on that?
So basically, all 3 verses, all 3 characters that he's talking about, all kicked out of their homes, right? Obviously, Satan was banished from heaven, right?
Yeah.
To repent for his sins and whatnot.
Was he nice at guitar like that?
He was nice at guitar like that. Devil Down in Georgia.
Maybe you're right.
I think that was I forget what he was playing there, but that's kind of what that was talking about. And at the end, specifically, I should have looked up before. Hold up, let me look at this one. I need to look up Isaiah 1:14.
Oh, where he was like, that's the only one that mattered or whatever.
Yeah.
Damn, now I'm gonna have to click through all these notes.
In what? Fucking
the
genius.
Annotations.
I'm not gonna lie, if I was Spotify or Apple Music, I'm buying Genius and integrating into the app.
He says Isaiah 14.
I don't know why they
That
didn't do
means
that.
you don't have Spotify.
It's Spotify owned.
No, but if you were to go to Spotify,
It says, here's a
it has
Genius
all
link.
the lyrics, and it's like powered by Genius. I'm like 90.
But does it give like the actual?
At least I always thought that's what it was.
Does it show the blurbs and the people like no? Does it do that?
You're talking
No,
about Genius?
That's what I think they should do. Yeah,
I'm
they
a
should,
Genius right
they should
now.
integrate it.
I could be wrong, but Spotify shows the lyrics. Apple doesn't show the lyrics.
No, they show the lyrics. It just doesn't have like the people like annotating and writing.
Yeah, that would be cool.
What are you looking for, Mike?
I was looking up
Cynical about
Isaiah
the Judgment
14.
Day. Now I'm looking for all the lines in here that make sense.
So it's basically because in the first one he dies of like gluttony. Obviously there wasn't 7 verses, but in the second
Died
one,
with my money, gluttony. Gluttony was too much.
that's the thing that doesn't make sense. That's the thing I thought too. Is like, oh, the second verse was like Whitney or something like that. The first verse,
That's what
was like Jimi Hendrix or something like that.
I said.
But it wasn't.
And my next thought after Prince was Jimi Hendrix, because I was like, he was
Right.
older.
Right.
And I said
Yeah.
to him
Yeah.
that the second verse was Winehouse.
Yeah.
Right.
That made a lot of sense to me.
Oh, I meant Whitney
you're-
Houston.
Oh yeah.
Winehouse could be it too.
I
could
thought it was Amy Winehouse.
But so Isaiah 4.
It's a substance abuse.
right.
100%. So we don't know who the actual artist is exactly.
Well, I think it's a black woman specifically.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I think he's rapping. I think he's rapping from the perspective. I see what you're saying about like he's rapping from the perspective of the devil. But I
Right.
think he's actually trying to like tell the story of other artists. Because what trips me up is like my present life is Kendrick Lamar.
Right. The devil's present life. Because like
Got you.
so and I think this
And wait, to Angie's point as well, with saying that he's speaking about like other artists, it is just the trope of a fallen angel.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yes,
Right.
yeah.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
and I think that goes back, which I really love in albums, and what you saw on the Tyler album, which I really love in albums, is kind of a full circle multi-album like thought
Yeah.
provoking.
Hmm.
Because I think in
Right, because these are almost like well, I don't know what albums you're gonna bring up, but like they're almost extensions of his diss tracks. Because didn't he bring up Winehouse in the diss tracks too? I swear he did.
There are a couple things in this album that he did like reference to older
Right.
songs and older albums and stuff like that. Yeah.
even referencing in the album,
And yeah,
like
yeah.
like the thing with it reincarnated.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you were saying across multiple albums with like
Right.
storyline.
Because in T-Pab, right, we have the devil tempting him,
Yes.
Yeah.
and then
Loose.
he doesn't really
Lucy.
do over it in Damn, but Damn is kind of like religious messaging that he's kind of like
He is.
God of.
He was
sports, hail that.
his damn era was like, yeah, he was like, he's the gospel basically.
Right, and then in
Miss Morel.
Mr. Morale, he acknowledges like his like satanic ways.
He's like, don't listen to me. I'm not the savior. I'm not
Right.
the savior. Yeah.
Right, and then he's seeing here
But you got your
how
money
he
count.
can do
He's
good
not your
and
savior.
like repent for his like
Yeah.
sin, I guess.
Gotcha.
Isaiah 14:12, by the way, it says, how you have fallen from heaven,
There you go.
morning star, son of the dawn.
Right.
You have been cast down to the earth. You once laid low the nations. So it is like,
It's
I guess,
yeah.
he's
Gotta
like
be the
kind of like backtracking back to Mr. Morale in that sense by
Right.
just saying like, this is where I was at the top. I let the money, the fame, the greed get to me, and now I'm likening myself to a fallen angel, i.e. Lucifer, I guess.
Right. And the line after that is like, my greatest music director was you.
Yeah.
Because like Lucifer Morningstar, I'm pretty sure was like the top angel at the time.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Right.
He was the
Yeah.
he was the goat.
Yeah, he was a goat
He
angel.
was a goat angel. Like before he did that shit.
And that's what's crazy too. Is like then he just drops this randomly, and at first listen, it's just like, oh yeah, these are some bangers that are like shallow.
Yeah. But like, there's
You know what I
always
mean?
meanings in it. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Like every
There's
like,
a
that
lot
is
of
insane.
artists that's just drop like they drop bangers, but it's about like
Hoes and money.
taking
and shit.
shots at you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
And then at the end of it, the last verse, I rewrote the devil's story just to take the power back. Honestly, but I think one of the best lines off this album. Let me see if I can find it right here. Every individual is only a version of you.
It's true. That's what God said to him.
Right.
It's that is I had it in my head. That's like I guess a theme in the Bible. Like we all are God's children.
Right. we're made after him.
You are sculpted in the image of me type shit. Yeah.
Which honestly, but I think outside of that is a good lesson for people in general.
How so? I just want you to
Well-
elaborate. I know what you mean, but
I guess when I think that, and I tell people this too when they're going through like they have problems or something like that, because obviously like, if we think of like a teenager trope, it's like no one understands me.
yeah.
Like, oh, my problem's like super specific. Not everyone.
Everyone was-
You can throw a stick.
everyone was
in
there.
a metaphorical sense and hit someone who's either like felt your feelings, had your specific issue.
Yeah.
Like you'd be surprised the people who are literally
yeah.
or have been going through the same
Same
thing
exact
that you
shit,
are going
yeah.
through right now.
Right.
Like there's technically like an infinite possibilities of things, and so therefore it's happened at least twice. And
Yeah,
probably more.
you were never like
In a way,
you're never
not special.
alone. You're not no one special. Exactly.
You're not alone. You're not special. Which I think is really good understanding when other people are coming from a different perspective, and you're being like, you might react poorly to something,
Yeah.
but it's like, I have to understand you're only a version of myself. And I would have
Exactly.
done the same thing at one point in time,
Right.
but now I understand where you're coming from.
Which also ties into like these huge artists that think they're like I guess like gods or whatever.
Right.
At the end of the day, like me and you are actually not so different.
Right.
Right.
And so going on to that, you can see the three people encompassed in this song, him
Yeah.
being one of them and the two other people, basically
They seem
falling.
and they seem completely different.
Yeah.
Right, but they all fall into a trap.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
In their fame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they all think to themselves,
That they're gods.
Like they're above,
The normal,
right.
yeah.
not above the norm, but above the trap. Like they're gonna walk over the trap.
They're not gonna get dragged into the same stuff that they
Right.
dragged
Like they
you to.
can do it, but it's not gonna do
Like,
it.
yeah, like you fell to your substance abuse,
Right.
blah 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 blah. But like their substance abuse and their like, I guess, vices are the same as this person's vices, just in a different form. I
Right.
guess. Yeah.
Right.
And it's funny you say that. Can you say that again? So you said they all fell into a trap.
But somebody
Lucy
thinks,
got them in a different way,
yeah,
but a way nonetheless.
And he's saying the annotation on Genius, credit
Yeah.
to whoever wrote this. It's funny that you said that because it says God
I wrote it.
It says God points out the contradiction of Kendrick portraying himself as a Christian rapper above, like with moral high grounds above others, like how you just said. Yet also he participates in the public character assassination of Drake,
Right.
yes, yeah.
and that's like could
that's
be
why-
viewed as Drake's downfall, as Kendrick's downfall.
That's why I like the part where he's like,
because he stooped to be on the level of the devil when he's also kind of the devil himself.
I think I don't know if it was the last.
Like he's kind of portraying Drake as the devil, and himself
Right.
as
But we're
God.
all the devil.
Everyone,
Right.
yeah,
I
exactly.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like I don't know if it was the last verse where he's speaking as Kendrick and the devil speaking to Kendrick or whatever, but he
Last
was like
verse is him speaking.
he was saying like,
I was just saying,
Look.
just read it.
Say it. I have it pulled up. I could probably
You
find
talking about
it
the
as you
last
say it.
verse?
it was the last verse.
Maybe are you talking about? And I'm ashamed that I ever created my enemy.
No, not that. But he was talking about. He was like, "Oh, you love war." He's like, "No, I don't." But he was like,
I know what
Oh.
you're saying. I put 100 hoods on the stage. Okay, tell me why I'm trying to push peace in LA, but you love war.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Oh, yes, you do. Okay, then tell me the truth. Every individual is only a version of you.
"Yeah,
Right.
How can they forgive when there's no forgiveness in your heart?
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah."
I could tell you where I'm going. I could tell you who you are. You fell out of heaven because you was anxious, didn't like authority, only searched to be heinous. It's pretty much what
Now,
he said.
connecting this back, and I wish we did an album dive on fucking
Miss Morel.
Miss Morale.
Yeah.
I could write essays on
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
I
United in Grief, specifically what I was talking about, where
Yeah.
it's like people are different, but they are not different at all.
Yeah.
And the trope in United in Grief, or the main part is, he basically says repeatedly, like, we grieve different, I grieve different, I
Yeah.
grieve different, but we're united.
In that grief, exactly.
And it's
Yes.
the most like surface level thing, but it's literally what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you grieve different, but we literally all grieve.
Exactly.
We're united in this single
We all
thing.
grief. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter which way you
over
do
different
about it.
things,
Yeah.
but the same exact feeling.
Yeah.
And the same thing, which goes over the whole song, which is reincarnated, and it's like every person is a version of the devil,
Yeah.
which goes back to is it Worldwide Steppers, where he's like
Probably.
everyone's a silent killer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that shit.
That is cool.
Love that. Shit.
I mean, yeah. It will. It
I hope I won
it,
you over this on this being the best song on the album.
I mean, I guess it's funny.
It's not my
That's why I
favorite,
love
but
it.
I understand how.
That's why I
two
love it.
things. One, we'll probably never know if these were his exact intentions when he was writing this.
Yeah.
I think so.
All the loops.
The highest we can get with all this is like 90% accuracy.
The
The
other thing I will say in
Maybe
defense
85.
for myself,
80. Yeah.
like you have to understand, like when I was reading through the lyrics, there were 0 annotations.
Well, I just read through the lyrics right now.
I know, but you notice how every single fucking
There's
line
there's
is-
more.
it's
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when I
Oh, yeah,
listened,
yeah. It was just
when
nothing,
I was
yeah.
closely, like when I was actually closely listening the first day it came out for the first like 4 or 5 hours, there were no annotations anywhere.
Oh, really?
So I actually give myself
yeah.
a decent amount of credit.
Because
I
it's
was gonna
all
say,
people based.
Well, the only reason it clicked for me,
I would have never thought of the deeper meaning of he's talking from the perspective of the devil.
right? The only reason I got that, and it would have been a literal surface read in my entire time until I saw this or someone said it to me.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet and it was like, reincarnated is him as a devil speaking to God.
Well, to be
I was
fair,
like,
he
I can
were
listen
like,
to this right
wait,
now. And I was
what?
like,
he
damn.
uses that voice as the devil in multiple songs and albums and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So like you could have like drawn back, and a lot of people are saying
That's
like
his plain voice.
no,
Oh, I
there's
guess
like
it's
there's
kinda
like
bad.
manipulation,
Yeah.
and then there's like a manipulated audio to it.
You talking about the second one or the first one?
What do you
Like the whole song, he's speaking as the devil, and then
No,
the
no, no.
last
There's
bit-
like a specific voice manipulation he does when he's speaking as the devil in other songs.
Yeah. Across other albums
Yes.
too.
So it's like one of those things where like if you pick up somebody, and this is the point I was trying to make. Somebody tweeted out like, "Oh, I'm going to listen to every single song
Right.
where he uses his voice manipulation,
Right.
and try and look at it in this lens and see it that way."
Yeah, but I feel like the only voice manipulation was in the God part.
Same thing.
Well, a bit
Same
opposite, but
difference.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Well, you said it was a devil.
Same thing.
Well, he
it's
didn't have.
completely opposite. I understand what you're
You
saying.
know what I mean? No, like
Yeah.
it's like he
It's
uses
a voice manipulation for a different perspective.
Yeah, but
Technically, he didn't have to manipulate his voice to be the devil in the song because it was him.
it was him
Right,
exactly.
yeah.
But like, say that wasn't apparent, he would have used the voice. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think this might have been the first time he used that speaking in the eye of God.
Possibly, right.
Yeah, to be honest,
I'm trying to think if he's
Probably.
ever positioned himself
which is kind of crazy.
in that.
Thinking about
Probably,
Kendrick,
probably
or the
right.
flip there.
think
That's
so.
cool.
I think the only other songs to talk about are, well, probably just Heart Part 6 and Gloria, I think, are the ones with deeper meanings.
Yeah.
Heart Part 6 is cool because it's the explanation of why Black Hippie never took off,
Right.
which was cool. He kind of goes through and apologizes to all the core members, Absol, Schoolboy Q, J-Rock, and other TDE industry right? I think he apologizes to like multiple people
Yeah.
within TDE, but
Goes down
he
a
basically
whole
just
list.
says how like at that point in his career, like there were bigger opportunities and he was going and trying to capture a different type of style.
Well, it's the same thing with the Lil Wayne shit. It's like
Yeah.
I ventured out. I wanted to do a bit more, kind of diversify like what I was putting out.
Yeah.
And I stepped on these guys just not knowing it, but
Yeah.
I had to advance
Right.
my career. Yeah.
Because it is sad because like
Because they were
obviously-
doing that shit together. Like,
obviously and obviously like J-Rock, Schoolboy Q, Absol, even like pretty much nobody else out of TDE will ever be as big as Kendrick. I mean,
Yeah.
SZA kind
100%.
of is.
she'll, yeah. But she's a new signing anyway.
But it's still cool that
Word.
throughout all of his albums, he's brought them along.
Yeah.
Even like what he's doing with Keem is cool. So I thought that was a cool song that we finally got an explanation because like if you are a Kendrick fan and hip hop fan, like that was a big thing like 10 years ago. Black Hippie, like people thought we were gonna get that collab album from all of them, and then it never happened, and then it just kind of went quiet and it was never talked about. Nobody ever knew about it. So it was cool to hear him like come to everybody with the truth. And then Gloria is obviously really cool because you think he's just rapping about like his woman.
Yeah, as a girlfriend, wife, whatever.
But yeah, obviously Josh, I don't know if you want to expand, but obviously it's an ode to his pen,
Yeah.
which is cool. Anything else to say about
No,
it?
I just really, I don't know. That song just really struck me. I don't know.
It's
and,
a beautiful song.
and it's like one of those things where like, yes, like it's pretty, like obviously at the end he like reveals it. But like, I don't know, like it's just written so well, and I've never seen somebody describe like his ability to write and his lyricism and stuff like that to a woman in such like a 1-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, portrayed as
It was
another
like-
person, yeah.
It was just like personifying.
It is cool when you look at it
Crazy.
from the context of that. It's like me and my got a complicated relationship.
Me and your what?
She's so controlling, and it's like,
Dude, I met her when I was off the porch as a teenager. She said
Yeah.
one day I would write my wrongs and see paper. Started out young, looking for identity.
yeah, I like that
Like-
line the most. We started out young, looking for some identity, made 1,000 mistakes, but we never did we lack chemistry.
Wrapping my hand around your
wrapping
waist.
my hand
like,
around your waist is like gripping the pencil. Like that's kind
dude,
of
that's
crazy.
so
dude.
crazy.
That is crazy.
I have to listen to it again from that perspective.
I was in
literally
love
was
with
just
you.
slamming Reincarnated like a day and a half.
Yeah. Some wanted you, but they weren't committed. Like not being committed to the to
Like
the
you
rap
guys.
game.
Yeah.
Bars. Yeah, it was cool. It is a cool song.
I love it. My woman in my right hand, my saint in my sin. Ain't no bitch like my bitch because that bitch been my pen. I love that. It's always going to be there for him. I love that. I don't know. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it is cool.
I love that you either heal brothers or kill brothers.
But yeah, great album. I think it's. I want to say it's an 8 out of 10, but then I have to go back and. I think I think every Kendrick album is at least an 8. My humble opinion.
I'd give it
Probably.
that.
I mean, obviously the weakest being like Section 80, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't count that.
It's
I
not
count
really.
that, but like I'm
You
saying,
Yeah.
count, you count
I'm s-
Untitled, Unmatched,
no,
that's an 8.
obviously not.
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
But like starting from Good Kid, Mad, it's Good Kid, Mad City, like To Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, this.
Right.
Mr. Morale. They're probably all 8+, 7.5+.
No misses.
Yeah.
Hasn't missed. Yet to miss.
It was a great album. It was a
Yeah,
great album.
I think, and like the thing with Kendrick is like you listen to the album and you might just say, "Oh yeah, it was pretty good," and then once you get the meanings and you re-listen to the songs, you just have to appreciate it. It's hard not to. Like listening to a song like that, knowing the meaning now and going back to it, it's
Right.
like
10 times.
wow,
better.
like
10 times.
like
better.
this is a fucking
Yeah.
great song.
Can't appreciate
Like,
it till you know what you
Yeah,
appreciate.
exactly.
I didn't really know you were a diehard Kendrick fan like that.
Oh, I
Really? You know that?
live it. I live it.
I remember when fucking Damn
mean,
came
like,
out, we
not-
ran out of
not-
school, jumped in Mike's car, started fucking listening to it immediately.
Not that I'm only finding. It's not. I'm not saying
Right.
I'm finding that out right now, but
Love that shit.
I've only been friends with you, I guess, for like 2 Kendrick album drops.
Right.
And like I mean, I wouldn't consider myself a Kendrick diehard because I can't sit here and fucking. You're piecing
Right.
through album fucking themes and shit.
right. That's what I'm saying. You gotta go back and listen to the.
I think my
Chromatopia.
rankings of his albums are the best between us.
No,
No,
you
that's
just
weird.
said
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
It's just my opinion.
You have to go back and listen to shit. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I
No, yeah, I'm a live this shit.
I was a big enough of a fan to where like seeing his personal growth from Damn into Mr. Morale, like metaphorically brought a tear to my eye. I was like, damn,
Right.
like we're growing with him and we're seeing his fault in him
And now he's
him overcoming
Now
it.
he's unraveling.
I would
Yeah,
say
this album throws me off.
Somebody was
loop-wise.
like,
That's why
somebody was like, damn, Kendrick really went to therapy to get madder.
yeah. I think it's less of like him like
kinda
unraveling and more of it being like
I think you
you
got to
came
take
from
but
my
I think-
family and I have my morals and things that I will handle with respect and love and peace and all that.
Yeah.
But there are some things that are non-negotiable. I'm still where I'm from. I'm still West Coast. Fuck you for coming at me and mine. We're gonna get back.
this is a good
Yeah.
good transition. I had this question before, and you made a perfect transition.
Oh,
for me.
thank you.
I have a question too after.
Do your question first. I'll hold this in
Okay.
my mind. I'm
Don't
holding
answer
space for
this.
it. I'm holding space for
I
it.
won't.
Because I feel like you know the answer.
All
You
right.
know why?
Horse name is Friday.
You know why the album is
Shit.
is named this?
Well, because Good Kid, Mad City was the van, and this.
Oh.
Kendrick was born in a black Grand National, and throughout hip hop
Born in a
history,
minivan.
a lot of notable artists have an album cover of this ilk
Yeah.
posted up in
Yeah.
front of a blacked out car.
Hmm.
Like Jay-Z has one.
Right.
The Game has one. I think Lil Wayne has one.
I
I
think
could be
you're right.
talking out of my
I think you're right. To be honest.
But this is also kind of a classic, iconic type of album cover. Biggie on the cover of
Time magazine.
damn it. What's the album after Ready to Die? Life After Death.
There you go. That makes sense.
Black Cadillac.
Mm.
Right? My neighbor's got one like that. Trying to get that one, Dave. Anyway. Yeah. So it's cool that now he has that also in his discography. It's kind of like an ode to hip hop in the way. But it's funny because within that album, he also like kind of shits on some of the people that also have the same album cover. But I saw on Twitter, it could be wrong, but I guess he was brought home from the hospital in a black Grand
Damn.
National Buick.
Interesting.
It's also one of those things like everybody.
Their
I guess
prices are going
in the
up.
West Coast. Everybody in the West Coast wanted that was like the car
car.
the car to have.
It's
Like,
such
the
a
one you
nice
have at your
car.
house.
It is
I'm
classic.
like, they need a Grand National.
El Camino.
It is a classy looking car.
Yeah.
What was your question?
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Prancer Demon on the road too. Carfax, real quick. It's like a
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah?
it
like a
beat-
flies
I
on
think
the road.
yeah,
I
at the
saw that
time
same- you saw the same.
at the
tweet?
time, like the fastest car in the world was thought to be like some Lamborghini, I think.
Yeah.
And then they raced it in the Black Grand National,
Cooked
like
it?
smoked,
Really? Wow. What the
Like,
fuck?
smoked it.
Shout out.
Yeah, I
Buick?
saw that tweet too.
Yeah.
I gotta find that.
They say they don't like share the likes anymore. They definitely do. I'll be liking shit and I see it on other people's feed.
Yeah, yeah.
That's interesting.
Oh, it does it. He like this.
He like it used to. Now it don't anymore. You have to like
Yeah.
repost stuff. But going back to what you said, Josh, because this is something I feel like I strive for.
Yeah.
To be like a cool-headed person.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Not in a. Not,
You got a
know, like,
ways to
no,
go,
what?
Michael. You have
No,
a ways.
not
With like
to go.
real shit. With like real shit.
Yeah,
Not
like
like
real shit.
yeah.
No, you
Like-
do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Like you'll never see me like freak out on someone.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Now,
You freak out on Josh like every day.
are you kidding me? He's going around every Sunday choking someone out.
Every day, bro.
Are you kidding me? Not like that.
Can
Not
I
like
can I
text,
read the
though.
stat about the?
Yeah, read the stat real quick.
It says Kendrick named his album after one of the hardest cars of all time, the 1987 Buick GNX. The Grand National also beat the Ferrari in the quarter-mile run by 0.3 seconds. The only car that was able to challenge the GNX at the time was the Lamborghini Count'd, whatever. And there's a video of it too, which is kind of cool. You were saying you try to be a level-headed person.
I try to be a level-headed person. I feel like I'm pretty good about that.
Me too.
I don't get like on like a serious note. Like I don't go like on a serious level. Like I don't crash out at people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I never really crash out.
On other, towards other people.
Right.
I think.
But so going on to
I think
this,
we're all kind of like that.
when is a good time to seriously crash out?
I think when
on someone, like someone does some fuck shit. Like when's a good time to freak
when
out?
somebody
When's the
genuinely
appropriate time to freak out?
when somebody genuinely
takes-
attacks your character and like your morals, like attacks your morals to the core, and if they come at your family, I think those are the two to like actually crash out on somebody.
But it makes me feel lesser to like freak out about it.
There's more
Like
than
they
just-
got.
Well, freak out how?
More
Like
than
there's
just two.
obviously ways to go
More
about
than just
handling
two,
that.
There's much more than just two.
Yeah.
Well, I
probably more than
think
two
I
examples.
think for an extreme crash out type of shit,
Right.
I think family is just you don't mess with family, one.
Right.
And I think if somebody tries to attack you as like your being, what you hold near and dear to your
Right.
heart, your character,
Yeah,
your
like
morals.
doing something to blatantly disrespect you when they knew what they were doing and knew the outcome
Right.
Yeah.
What if they say
is
something?
grounds for crashing out. I'm not saying you should or
Right.
can, because I agree. I actually kind of like. This kind of ties in well. I kind of like being the type of person where. Because I've done this before. I gotta sit up straight. I've done this before, kind of a couple times recently. I like when somebody comes to me thinking they wronged me and they're all apologetic, and I'm like, it's fine.
Right.
And you think it's not fine, and I kind of like sitting there watching your thoughts like eat at you over time.
Oh, you're talking to me specifically.
Oh,
No, I'm just saying
You
in
as in the
general.
person.
You know what I mean? That's what you're trying to say.
Right.
There's something about
Kinda.
there's something about operating in that type of headspace that I
Right.
live for. I think
Like if someone,
I predominantly
if someone assaulted my
am in that.
character and then I
Yes,
crashed out,
yes,
I
yes.
feel like I'd only be reinforcing the
You're-
negative
you're
stipulations
the
about my
loser.
character. Right.
You ever hear Mike Tyson say that to Saquon Barkley?
Said to Saquon.
I swear to God, this is
You're the
one of the
loser?
best. I swear to God, it's one of the best clips I've ever seen. He talks to Saquon about.
Oh.
He talks to Saquon Barkley on a podcast, something about like losing a friendship or something,
Mhm.
and Mike Tyson was like, "You lost." He's like, "You let that person win because that person changed you." So
Right.
it's like you crashing out at that person makes you the loser, rather than. Do you want to tie it back to GNX? Rather than
Oh, dude.
operating from a higher moral
Right.
from moral high ground that's higher than your opponent in the situation. Oh yeah, I love that quote. You should find that. Watch that sometime.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I
when
mean?
explained it. I literally had the video playing in my mind. Do you have to do something or something?
No, you just keep talking.
No. You keep looking at the.
Did that
Yeah, 'cause
tie in?
it's not
Stop.
playing anywhere. Yeah,
Oh,
you just keep
okay.
going. That's right.
Did that tie in though? What I
Yeah,
said?
that
You
tied
agree?
in. I mean, because like
Because that's true.
something I've learned, which I think everyone should learn,
Mm-hmm.
which I am now trying to extend further
Yeah.
in my personal growth, is I
Yeah.
can cry now, and I understand
Good.
when it's a good time to cry. But when is it appropriate? And I know when it's an appropriate
When's it
time
appropriate
to
time to crash out?
When the hell is it appropriate time to crash out?
I rarely do. If I
You know
do,
what I mean? Like genuinely crash out.
I have little moments to myself.
Right.
Punch
But
the
that's-
fucking shit out of my steering wheel.
Right.
sometimes. Like,
But
just,
a bit different than crashing out at someone.
I don't think I've ever crashed out on somebody. I don't think I have the
But you've cried.
all the time.
Exactly.
What do you mean crash out?
I don't know.
Like
He's
There's-
saying like
flip
if
out
he
on someone.
like you're right in front of him. Because I don't.
Like you flip out on
No,
someone.
but what is flipping out?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think that there's a way to flip out on somebody and it still be like,
I think it depends on your personality.
yeah, like you can flip out on somebody and not be like, wow, I just stooped down to their level. Like there's a way to go about
Right.
it.
I don't have the personality to like
That's my problem.
rage on somebody.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is my way of not so crashing out, but like making a point known to somebody
Yeah.
is like letting you sit there with your thoughts and let it eat at you rather than it affect me. But I get kind of cold. I get kind of wordy.
Right.
I have ability of like
I know what you're saying.
really like, yeah, it's kind of bad.
Yeah.
But it's not that I don't get to the point. Like I make it pretty known. But I like having you. I like observing you have to sit there and figure it out. And then when
Right.
I'm all of a sudden cold or all of a sudden not acting the same towards you and you're confused about it, that's how I win. That's when I laugh. You know what I
But
mean?
what if it's not about winning though?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like, in a
It's
sense,
not about. It's all right. You're taking the winning out of context. Like that's
You
how.
said win.
Like
I don't know.
that's
I know
how.
what you're trying to
That's
say
how
with
you as a human get to have your own pride and like satisfaction with the situation of
right.
wanting to crash out on somebody. I love that.
But the flip, I feel like in the same sense, to cry,
Yep.
flipping out on someone is
That's like
human.
the release stuff.
Yeah, it is human.
So when do we flip out on someone?
When
I don't. It's not the act of physically flipping out on somebody to their face. It's a different type of release. Punching my
Right.
punching my steering.
No, I know what you're saying.
Punching the wall,
Well, it's the same thing as like crying in your car, crying in
screaming.
your bed.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just like.
Mustard!
Sometimes when I'm in my
Right.
car, I just fucking scream. To be honest, I'm not even kidding.
But it's different. It's different than crying in front of someone or flipping out in front of someone.
Yeah, yeah. Because I think some.
You know what
I
I'm trying
do
to
a
say?
good
You know what I'm
job
saying?
of-
Yes. It's a
I've
whole
gone-
different scenario. You flipping out to someone to
Right.
their face, and then you doing it in the confines of wherever you're at. I
Right.
think with crashing out on somebody, and I think what you were saying, I think I don't have faith in people enough to be that self-aware to notice me being cold or to notice me saying little quips and stuff like that. Some people
Right.
I think
Sure.
deserve or need the, hey, you fucked up, you're a piece of shit for
Need
that.
to get put in their place.
It's not even getting
Right.
put in their place. I think some people need to physically see that happen in their face to be like, oh, I did something bad. Like I
Yeah.
fucked
Right.
up. I don't think a lot of people
I
are
see what you're
self-aware anymore to like, and that's where I'm saying I think in those moments it's a person-to-person basis
This is a
to
great
the person on the other end
I thought so.
to where you're like, this warrants me saying something
Right.
to their face,
Right.
crashing out to
Right.
them.
Right.
Other people, that might work where you're like, oh, I can just, kind of take a step back. I'll change my behavior around them. They'll notice it. But some people deserve that kind of kick in the butt where it's like,
Yeah.
hey, you came for what I care about. You're a
Yeah.
piece of shit. Fuck you.
I
Yeah.
mean, for me, it's a completely uncontrollable
Rage.
way I go about it. Like I just there's some conflicts I've had with people where it's a me problem. Like I will never approach you the same ever.
yeah.
Right.
And I just maybe that's like I don't think it's being petty. It's just like you've revealed yourself to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. The crashing out thing's interesting, and it's making me thinking about how when you like wanted to cry into Josh's arms in
Right.
person.
Mm.
That's obviously where this question came from.
No.
Well, similar ilk,
Yeah, I guess so.
right? I don't think I've ever.
Because like,
I mean, I've cried in front of one of my friends before. A couple times over a couple different things, actually. Now that I think about it, but for me, the way I will never not release the emotions I'm feeling.
right.
It's just usually done by myself.
Mm.
Right.
That's just how I go about it. I don't need to I don't need to crash out on somebody because it makes me feel like I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's not appropriate.
Right.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Because,
yeah.
like, in a general sense, like, from a general public standpoint, like, crying in front of someone
That's like
is, like, a lesser move.
it's like accepted. Oh, well, you feel like you're lesser of a
Whoa.
person.
I think
Yeah.
it's the, I
Yeah.
think it's
Yeah.
I think it's the positive version of a crash out type of event. In the crash out version, like I think when you are brought to the point as an individual that you're, I hate that we're saying crashing out.
Well, go.
It's
Just
making
flip
me
out.
kind of
Flip out. I don't know.
But like if
Yeah,
you're
go for it.
if I was to get to the point, Mike, where I came to this house and told you off so bad in front
Yeah.
of your whole family,
Yeah.
I think that makes me the loser.
Right. But that's my.
be honest.
That's my
And
problem.
crying,
If you came to the house,
there's
and
just
cried in front
something
of my
there's
entire
something
family.
so beautiful about crying that makes it kind of a win. But it's weird because you could cry so much because you're angry about something,
Right.
Yeah.
like ugly cry.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never cried because I was angry. I don't think.
Yeah.
Maybe frustrated, annoyed. Sure, recently, sure, yeah, but not. I fucking hate Mike so much.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if I've ever felt that.
Interesting thoughts.
I think crying
Well, what do you,
triggers different responses in people.
crying is growth.
And anger, it depends. Because you can cry about something that you probably shouldn't be crying over. Like, don't cry about spilled milk type shit.
True.
But like,
True.
I think,
Got
like, say like you going to Mike's whole family and you're crying in front of the family. It might be like, wow, you fucked up. Like, you made this dude cry in front of us. Or the crash out shit could be like, this dude's never
I've never
been
seen
like
him
this.
that.
I've never seen him this angry. Like, clearly
You can say it
something
to
must have
both
been wrong.
sides.
Exactly.
And that's my point.
Yeah.
Is like, are they the same on opposite spectrums of the emotional
Yeah.
scale?
They're
Well,
the opposites.
I think
is it so negative to?
I don't think it's
Go off on
it's not
someone?
always
No,
negative.
somebody.
It's
Yeah.
not always negative. And I
Right,
think
it's not always.
Well,
negative.
sometimes
I think
it
the
helps.
connotation with that
Yeah,
stuff
you're
is
right.
it is a negative thing to do that.
That's what I'm
And the
saying.
right thing is
Yeah.
to be the bigger person and
Right.
kind of just let it
Yes,
go.
yeah, yep.
But sometimes
what I'm
negativity
saying. That's what I'm
isn't
saying.
a bad
Negativity.
thing. Yeah.
So it's like
Because it
when
could
it's-
teach you how to act.
right.
Exactly. You might just stand up for yourself for the first time ever. That's
Oh,
growth.
shit.
Right.
No, but I'm saying you as in the antagonizer as well.
Oh, yeah.
Be like, damn,
Right.
I shouldn't go about this type of situation like this again.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I hurt somebody.
Right.
I think it tying back in with the Kendrick shit, like
right.
in the same theme of like united in grief, like that same theme can be played in like a moment like this where like I'm showing this emotion because I feel this way. I feel the same way. I'm showing this emotion. It's still the same thing.
Right.
You're still releasing that
Right.
because of X, Y, Z. So I don't know. It's cool. I know. Yeah, that's a good question.
That's my question. Is they're both technically, in my mind, my current thought is trying to spin them both as positives, and now I understand when it's warranted to cry.
Mm-hmm.
When is it warranted to flip out?
I think
Tough call.
it's a
Because
tough call, but I think you
because-
know in the situation when it is warranted and when it isn't. If you're a reasonable person,
Right.
like if you're just a piece of
Is
shit,
anyone reasonable though?
to an extent, I don't think anyone's fully reasonable 100% of the time. Obviously.
It's actually really funny to me that you asked this question because
You just flipped out on someone.
could have not on anyone specifically. I actually was kind of close to flipping out in private about
A situation.
something that's been
Yeah.
going on.
Hmm.
So it's funny you asked that. Because I ultimately didn't.
Right.
But I'm just the type of person where I think too much, and not think too much in a bad way, but I think about something so much to where I can come to positive resolutions about it and be okay
Right.
with it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess it. Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of yeah. That was my little.
I really almost did
Right,
the other night, Friday
Right.
night.
Like I final closing thought. Is it like is it bigger to like take in how you feel, understand it and condense it and then talk about it, or is it technically bigger to experience the emotion fully?
Bigger is not the right word.
Well, however you want to spin it.
More impactful.
Well,
think it's
I
the
meant
same.
like a bigger person.
Bigger person, yeah.
Like, are you being a bigger person because you are fully experiencing the spectrum of emotions? Or
Okay.
are you being a bigger person because you
I think
understand and then articulate?
you're being a bigger person with the second thing, but I think
Right.
you may be doing a disservice to yourself
Right.
by not being able to unleash those emotions
Right.
as you're feeling them.
Right.
Because now you had to be the one to condense.
Right.
And now I have to look through this and look through a different lens instead of being like, listen, I'm going to give myself this therapy of like, I'm feeling this way. I'm going to show you how I'm feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
Because both can be
I
lethargic
think
in a sense.
Yeah.
it makes me think about like the angel on your shoulder and the devil on your
Yeah.
shoulder.
Because
And I just think like
the devil's not always bad.
Wasn't always bad. Yeah.
he's all
Devil's not always bad.
he's all of us.
Right. He's all of us.
It just makes me think like crashing out on somebody to their face is one of the ways in which you give in to your like intrusive thoughts, your negative intrusive thoughts. And now you might be asking yourself, well, what are other types of those? Maybe hooking up with somebody you shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
because you're in a valley of susceptibility. Like the crash out thing is like the same thing
Right.
to me. You know what I'm trying to say? When it's like if you could have just got through that little window of you being pissed off, or got through that little window of horniness, or got through that little window of frustration,
Yeah.
and sat there with your feelings and contextualized them for yourself, you'd be able to like learn lessons through that rather than like giving in to feeling the need of crashing out.
Right.
But that's me talking about it as if it's negative.
Right, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Because you could say the same thing about crying.
That's
Like, oh,
the-
it's not worth crying over. Let me contextualize the spilt milk.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
But why not cry over the spilt milk?
right. That's a whole different conversation.
Right.
Though. But you asking the when is it appropriate? You could crash
When's
out.
it warranted? Yeah.
You could crash out about anything, really.
Right. Well, I meant like to
Any
someone's
level
face.
of
Like, when's it,
frustration.
like,
But
freak
yeah,
out at
to
someone?
on to somebody. I mean, they just gotta disrespect you, and that's on you to feel that.
I don't think it ever is or isn't warranted. Now I'm sitting here thinking about it because
Tough call. Tough.
it's the person doing it.
I don't think I've
They
ever-
might personally feel like this is warranted in the time, but like
That's what I'm
30 other
saying.
people could say, "Fuck no, that wasn't. You were
That wasn't.
wrong for that."
Yeah.
Right.
But
But does that matter?
exactly at the end of the day,
Same thing if you're crying about
Right.
something. Use the example of like your boy's crying over some girl, and it's like,
why are you crying about
Bro.
that, bro?
Right.
So many fish in the sea type
No.
shit, but it's like, well,
why are you mad about this? It's interesting. That was a good question.
I thought so.
yeah,
And it's kind of crazy how it pertains.
yeah.
Very
Actually went in pretty well.
Yeah.
Wow, look at us.
Mike finally asked a good question.
He had a banger.
What
lined
episode
up.
is this?
65.
67?
5?
66?
Yeah, 65.
5.
Good, Mike. That was good.
Mustard.
So episode 130,
We could probably skip over
Yeah.
stuff. We just talked for a fucking hour and a half.
130. He'll have another good question. That's good. Thanks.
Yeah, I thought so.
Now I don't even have to ask mine later.
Oh, you had one?
I had an Ange ask
Oh.
I actually liked it.
on deck.
If you
What?
do want to
I
say
didn't
it, I
We'll
did
do it
like
anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
You have any? You want to do any of these other
It's like already
random bits?
130.
Well, hold on. Let me summarize that. So that was our take on GNX.
That was our take on GNX.
Great album if you haven't
Wow.
listened to it already.
Give it a spin.
There's some good songs. I think there's something everyone can kind of like.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
Apologize for the music playing in the background for some of that. I don't know how long that was, but
The Benny
Josh.
Hill fucking chicken run in the background.
no,
Well-
it wasn't anything crazy.
The album was basically the main topic we had to
Right.
talk about. Any other little bits that you threw in there, Mike, that you wanted to bring up? Memes? You gonna give me good memes for us? Any other storylines?
Oh, this is a good meme. So obviously, like the Trump guy, that case.
Right, because
You
now he's
showing
gonna be
us?
the
The New York
president.
case, correct?
Yeah, the New York
Yeah.
case.
Yep.
But I thought this tweet was right.
Don't worry, keep talking.
Right. I thought this tweet was pretty apt, and it's basically just goes, well, I like to see old Donnie Trump wiggle out of this jam. It says asterisk, like, Trump wiggles out of this jam easily. Well, nonetheless,
That was on.
it's literally like it's like
that
every
was from October 2016.
that tweet. Yeah, exactly.
That was like
it seems like
foreshadowing.
it seems like every time there's like a thing, it's like, oh, they're gonna get him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nope.
well, I think the issue, and which is like really annoying, being like an American person, right? Thinking like, you know what, this is the way of the law. These are how things go.
Right.
We have to have faith in the justice system that's going to work out for
Right.
everybody.
Right.
And then you see they're waiting like months and months and months and months and months on a case like this, where it's like, I do the same shit. I'm getting locked the fuck up like
Right.
expeditiously.
Right.
So like they waited long enough to the point where like they're like, we can't do shit. He's going to be the president in X amount of months. It's
Right.
like, we literally can't prosecute it. We got to just fucking backtrack, leave it, wipe our hands clean of it.
Right.
It's just like, yeah, it just still
Cancel
shows
it
how like
definitely.
unfair the
The sentencing, he's guilty. The sentence,
yeah.
canceled indefinitely.
It's
What the hell?
insane. It's just
I didn't
it
even read
boggles my
the
mind.
actual headline. That was
Boggles my
the
mind.
Headline. I just read
Right.
the meme.
Yeah.
We can skip over this one.
All these.
All right, you want to do the Ange Ass thing? Because we can just do the other ones quickly. I can just go over the 2-second ones. What do you want?
Up to you. I don't care.
Scroll down. What else is in this
Alright.
doc? Or these are just all memes?
Yeah, I mean, so I'll give you a quick rundown. So click on the first link right there.
Okay,
New
yes.
Time change. New England might switch up and go to the Atlantic time zone.
Really?
Yes.
What
So
does
you
that
may,
mean?
You may ask yourself, what is the Atlantic time zone?
Don't no idea.
So anything past Maine into the Atlantic Ocean in Canada is an hour ahead of us.
Yes.
And so as you see here, this is
What
a
do you
reminder
mean?
that Maine.
What do you mean past Maine? What does that mean?
Like up
Like Canada,
upwards.
like Nova Scotia, and like that area.
Above us?
Yeah, above us to the
But
east.
within the same. Oh, you mean like where Greenland is and shit?
No. Can you want to pull up a map of it? Because I pulled a map too. I didn't know the fucking Atlantic time
Yeah, I
zone
don't know
was
what
a
you're
thing.
talking about.
Right. So we're 5 hours off of England. They're 4 hours off of England.
Oh, so
England's
we'll be
like the
closer.
Greenwich. England is a center time zone. I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
That's not the time zone map.
Oh, you want a time zone map?
Well, I think that'd be easier to.
Well,
look at.
or you could have
just zoom in, zoom in, zoom
Yeah.
in, zoom in. Go to Canada. Mother of God.
You want me to
Where
zoom
Maine
into
is,
Canada?
Canada, Maine, Canada. So right there, See where Maine is?
Mm-hmm.
Top right state. Anything to the right of that in a vertical line on that border,
But
is
not
the Atlantic time zone.
not including the state of Maine.
Not including the state.
No,
of Maine.
above that,
It ends at the border.
Right here.
The border is the line in which it goes down that. Parallel.
Okay.
So basically,
Baffin Bay, baby.
go back to the thing now.
I'll go back. You can
So basically, this is a reminder, right?
hate that.
All right. This is a reminder.
Oh,
that,
you were reading it. Okay, sorry.
I was like, I
Maine-
couldn't read it.
Yeah.
So Maine voted to join the Atlantic time zone,
More
right?
daylight.
If New Hampshire and Massachusetts do the same, while Connecticut introduced a bill to join the Atlantic time zone if Massachusetts and Rhode Island did the same.
So it's all en masse.
So it's all en masse.
Yeah.
Right. Because
Wow.
they are the economy of New England.
So
Which
they're
would
the
be
last.
interesting.
They're the last
Imagine that.
one.
Well, no. So
We'll be an hour ahead of.
Maine said we'll do it. Connecticut introduced it. Obviously, Rhode Island and New Hampshire and Vermont would basically just
Yeah,
follow.
but what
Yeah.
about everything else that falls on the same longitude as us?
Nothing does.
Nothing does?
We're the farthest segment east. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because we're pushed out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Maine, literally.
So everything from Connecticut over,
Yeah, New York, Connecticut, Vermont line would
Yeah.
Connecticut, Massachusetts.
New York would
Vermont
stay
line.
EST.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
that'd be kind of crazy. Be in a different
That
time
would be
zone.
weird.
Fuck
You
'em up.
just
That
go,
would be great, dude.
go 4
Imagine
hours that way. You're an hour
Imagine.
ahead. That's
That'd be
so
so sick.
weird. That's so weird.
Though the sunlight wouldn't.
It wouldn't. Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
I mean,
for
you
s-
get more sunlight.
For
I'm
sports
thinking about
wise?
it for sports. All my soccer games would be an hour
I didn't think about that.
later.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Like
How long
instead
do you
of
think
four-
we
I didn't
would
even
take
know
to
how
get
hours
used to
ahead.
that?
I don't even know how
But
to.
Sunday
think
night
about that.
football would be at
7. It's 15.
8. Everything would be
7:15.
later.
It's at 8. No, it's at 8 now. It would be at.
9. Like the
Oh, it'd be at 9.
West Coast sports would be at fucking 11:30 p.m. Right?
You're right. We'd be an hour ahead of them.
But we'd be an hour closer to European sports. I would take
Right.
that.
Right.
Yeah. So we'd be an hour ahead. Yes.
Oh shit,
Wait,
dude.
that'd be so weird.
That'd be very
Yo,
weird.
Yo,
basically,
so all
we'd
the
be-
West
we'd be-
Coast
we'd be
games would
24
be super late.
12 hours ahead of Beijing, behind Beijing.
This is Atlanta time now.
Bro, that's
Yeah, no, I
kind
get
of
that, but
great.
they're the
Well,
same
because we have an
time.
extra.
Yeah.
Yo,
12
what?
hours.
Oh,
That's
12,
weird,
yeah.
huh?
That's such a mind fuck.
That'd
So
be
like the
so
like
weird.
the football times would be 2, 5, and 9.
Ugh. I don't like that.
That's so weird. You ever think about it?
Good luck going to work the next
Oh,
day.
that's awful.
You stay up to watch the Lakers play. Tip off's 11:45 at night. Might as well move to Europe.
That point, yeah.
Wait,
crazy,
that's kind
huh?
of nuts.
It probably will never happen.
It's good for my European sport viewing, but
Right.
not American.
Yeah, that's weird. I feel like that doesn't make sense unless everybody did a change, like the whole East Coast did it or some shit.
No, they don't.
Because that'd be so
doesn't
weird
involve-
going state to state and it's an hour difference. Because I
They
always.
do that already, though.
It's so funny to
I
me
mean,
that
yeah, but like
isn't
how
it-
I always thought of it was like East Coast and West Coast. Like it's
Right.
3 hours at the farthest point that way
Well, the
because they're
middle
so
of the
far
country
away.
Isn't one time zone. It's like
I know
3.
it's different. It's just weird to
weird.
me.
It's funny to me how it's all just capped at a hard line.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be really weird if it was like a natural
It-
curve.
It should be a progression.
Yeah.
Then you'd have a state divided in a time zone, which would be even more fucky.
That would be.
That'd be so weird.
Cut the map in the
Just-
middle.
no, they
This
would
time,
just
that
do
time.
They would just do it by X amount of miles per like second behind.
Oh, like a curve? No, that'd be so weird.
Why would it be?
That'd be even weirder because then you could drive west and like go incrementally back in time.
Yes.
Your commute to work would be just nullified. That'd be so weird. No, that'd be so weird. Drive across Mass and it's always the same
Wait.
time.
All right. So that'd be kind of cool if we
That'd be
did
so
that.
weird.
That would be cool.
I
That'd
actually
be
don't know if
weird
I
as
like
fuck,
that.
but I don't think I
That's
like
weird,
that, to
right?
be honest. It
That's
would
something
be
to think
weird.
about. That'd be really fucky.
Extra day of daylight.
I'd
Extra
leave.
hour of daylight. Yeah.
I'd move.
They should just get rid of daylight savings. I don't know why.
So the
Well, we
sunrise
might.
would be what time?
An hour ahead. Or
Hour later.
an hour later. So, like, depending on the season, it'll be like 7 instead of 6.
That's such a.
I don't know how to think about
It'd
that.
be at
the
7.
sun rises at 6 right now, so
It'd
it
be,
would rise
it'd
at
be
7.
an hour later.
Yeah.
It's 7:30.
We'd be awake for more of the sunlight.
Yeah, we get an extra, yeah.
Damn, I guess. That'd be kind of crazy to think about.
I don't know.
It is kind of crazy.
That just doesn't scratch my mind right.
It's late. It'd be later.
Yeah, it'd be later, but we'd get more of it. So like the sun wouldn't set now until like 5:30
Yeah.
Right. In wintertime, yes.
in winter.
Which would be Kind of like that.
We should just get rid of the daylight savings.
should.
Which I
Yo,
thought we
but then
did
in the
already.
summertime, the sun would be up to like 9:30 at night.
Right.
Like the
Past
sunset would
No,
be at,
that's
the
weird as
sunset would
fuck.
be
I don't
at,
like it.
9:45 some nights.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Iceland was like that. The first day we were there, it didn't
I
go
would
down
never
like
go to
11:30.
sleep ever.
No, you still get tired. You get used to it too.
Right? It would be way later. In
Wait
the
a minute.
summertime, the sun sets at like 8:15, 8:30, 8:45 latest.
Yeah, it'd be like
Isn't
that.
Alaska
It would
like
be like
weird like that too? Like
Alaska has
they
24
get
hours
like
sun. That's why sometimes.
don't they get like a whole day of like no sun too?
Yeah,
Like I just
they
saw
get
that
like,
recently.
They get
That's
like
so
a,
weird.
Like a half a month of no sun. So does Iceland.
That's so crazy to me.
Fucked up in January. That's when they get it.
Now that's seasonal
That's why
depression.
everyone leaves in
Fuck
January.
That. Yeah,
Everyone
what the
leaves in
fuck?
January.
Absolutely not.
Like work basically does nothing. Go to this last one. Fuck everything else.
That's fair.
Yeah, this one's funny.
Is there two?
Yeah, there's two of them. Just open the first one.
What is this?
Go over this. You read it. I want you to
I have
read,
to read it?
in a shocked man.
All right.
This happened years
The
ago.
unfortunate Mazda 6 design that attracted spiders. Maintaining a use. Oh god, tell me what to read. Actually,
Oh, go down. Just read this.
I could read it if you want.
okay. So the Mazda 6 is an excellent car. It simply happens to have an arrangement of lines, particularly the evaporative canister vent lines that draws arachnid attention. Spiders. In addition to being an arachnophobe's nightmare, spiders building webs in the evap lines can destructively alter the system's internal pressure, creating an additional stress that led to the aforementioned instances of cracked fuel tanks. Despite the Halloweenish absurdity of the cause, the depressurized fuel line in a cracked tank obviously constitute legitimate problems for Mazda owners. This is a real issue, but how on earth did it happen? So the specific vent lines attracted spiders to
Probably
them
because it's just a nice hiding spot.
Right.
in mass?
Yeah. No, it was a problem.
Oh
like,
my
it wasn't
God.
like one or two spiders. Like it was happening like all over the country.
So listen, let me read this. So it says
and it's specific spiders. Read this.
It says, at the heart of this problem was the yellow sac spider, a particularly common variety of spider in the Americas. It says yellow sac spiders are nocturnal and prefer tube-shaped sites for their nests, where they weave silk shelters to wait out the day. These particular critters also use hydrocarbons as important scent markers.
Oh, wow.
Gasoline is very much a hydrocarbon, and unfortunately for Mazda, its Mazda 6 vent lines were releasing just enough of the gas aroma to lure in these spiders. That's crazy. Scroll
Fuck
down.
that. Absolutely fuck that. Absolutely fuck that.
It says,
I need to read all that.
first recall was an attempt to mitigate the issue by installing a spring in the vent lines. It says, thankfully, only a few actual cases of damage were reported before Mazda issued the first recall. Dude, that's kind of nuts.
yeah.
They
Imagine,
were just hanging out in the cars.
imagine
saw that
getting the
on
call,
Minecraft
having to do the recall, and you got to put the fucking spring in. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh my god. Like,
It was like specifically like the Mazda 6 car was
That's
attracting
so
like massive
crazy.
amounts of spiders. Isn't that like such a
it's such a random
Yeah.
like mishap or
Yeah.
like I wouldn't even say it's negligence.
were
Like how the
ex- they
fuck would
were-
they have known?
Right.
They were attracted to the scent,
Yeah,
Right.
that's
the spiders.
Just
like
enough
the
was able to
perfect
get
hiding
out,
spot,
yeah.
and the scent was
Ugh.
on.
dude. Fuck. Imagine you're just in the car on the highway and a couple spiders start pulling out. I'm crashing.
Right.
Literally crashing out.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of wild.
Wow.
I'd be scared. I want to ask a question. I'll settle down and ask a question.
Yeah, let me take a piss. Can I take a piss first?
Sure.
Or you ask a question, and then I'll take a piss.
He'll think about it in
Okay.
the bathroom. Come out. Wash his hands.
So, Ange Asks made a return last week.
Did I
Yes.
like it? No.
You didn't like it?
That's a joke. I think that's the question. You guys want me to do more of them?
Did Aaron just make a return last week? Yes.
Made a return last week. I have another one this week. No promises on when the next one will be. But this one I felt like was also kind of relevant to the times. And my Ange Ask question for this episode is, do you struggle being alone? Do you struggle being alone? Now, I'll preface this. I was thinking about it on my drive the other day.
Yeah.
There's two different types of alone.
Yes. Yes.
There's being alone and feeling alone.
Yes. 100%.
Okay? Now, I'm pretty good at both.
Yeah.
I'm going to preface this. I think I have wonderful advice to give to anybody out there that feels alone or struggles to be alone. I think it's a reality that a lot of young men currently face,
It's true.
ourselves included.
Yep.
Not that we're particularly struggling.
Yeah.
If you
but-
are, let me know, John.
Yeah.
If
You let me know too. Yeah.
But no, it's something I've been through before, and I've had my ways to cope with it. But there are two different things, right? Being alone. In the idea of being alone is, how do you do when you're alone? Do you have
Yeah.
hobbies? Do you have stuff you do on your
Yeah.
own that you enjoy? Maybe you play video games.
Mhm.
Maybe you're into music. Maybe you play a sport. You go to the gym by yourself. I
Yeah.
do that a lot. Love doing that. It's my favorite thing to do. Is go to the gym.
Mhm.
I've recently been going out to eat more and more by myself.
Mhm.
Breakfast, I branched out to dinner. I got sushi
Oh, yeah?
by myself. It was excellent. Great
Yeah.
time. Yeah. But it's a problem for people. Some people struggle to spend time with just themselves.
100%. Yeah.
And then obviously the other side of that is feeling alone, right? Feeling lonely, feeling like you're not wanted, you don't belong.
Don't have anyone.
So it's
yeah.
kind of a two-parter.
Give me Springtrap.
So, I mean, I could start by saying right now, current day, I do pretty good with both, to be honest.
Mhm.
I've been around for a while. I've been single and alone for a while, not in a negative connotation. It's just what it is. So I've gotten kind of good at it. I'm getting kind of nice at it. But anybody else want to go? Has there ever been and we'll branch out too. Like, has there ever been a time where you felt lonely?
I'm sure I have. Not that I can. I think that being alone can be seen as a positive or a negative, right?
Yeah.
Because I think, especially me, especially growing up, like I was just like in my room. Like I like being alone. I like
Yep.
doing my own thing. Like being away. Like I enjoyed that thoroughly.
Yeah.
Feeling alone, I don't think there's a positive spin on that at all. I think it's just I think that's the
Right.
worst form of sadness that you can feel if you truly feel like you are alone and you don't have anybody.
Yeah.
That is, I do not wish that upon anybody. That is just absolutely awful.
Have you felt that
I don't think I've felt that pure, like
deeply?
I have nobody, because like love my family, like they're the great support system. Like
Yeah.
I know they will always be there. But there are some people that don't have that, and
Yeah.
that is like, I can't even imagine. Like actually, like genuinely feeling like to your core, like I am alone. I have nobody. Like that's the saddest outcome I think that anyone could have. I actually don't handle being alone entirely well, mostly because my mind races and I think about too much stuff in a day, and I need to like be grounded, and I can't really do that by myself in an efficient way, I guess. So I do enjoy having time to myself, being alone, doing things by myself. I enjoy that. But there's a point to where it's like, damn, I actually just start feeling like, I guess, sad. It's like, damn, like I have nothing better to do.
Right.
And then I just start thinking about like things I could be doing and like what I have going for me in life and stuff like that. And it just like negative. I am a negative person though at the same time.
Yeah.
So that definitely
That
plays
part
a
though
part
of
in
what
it.
you're saying, I actually relate to a lot.
Yeah.
Especially now that like we're 25, we're single young men.
Yeah.
Whether or not we're playing the game, talking to people, whatever.
Yeah.
Regardless, Mike knows the answer to that. But no, I definitely find myself particularly on weeknights where I get home from work at 7, and like if I don't go to the gym and I just sit there in my room and I'm like,
This is where we're at.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, sometimes I'm like, how the hell did we get to this point? Like, I have nothing to do. Like, nobody is gonna text this phone from now till midnight.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, not like group chat type shit. It's not what I'm getting.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So it's funny you say that, because I do that too. Sometimes I dip into I'm a loser, I have nothing going for me. Because there's a point where you start to feel like undesirable.
Oh yeah, of
To be
course.
honest.
Yeah.
That's funny you said that too. I relate to that. Go on.
On
I
the
want.
flip side,
I want to hear. Well,
Yeah, the
listen,
positive
I
part of
want to
it.
hear. Talk about the like being alone, spending time alone part of it first.
right?
You do that a lot. Yeah.
So I think you talking about physically or mentally?
Physically, because then we'll go into like feeling lonely.
Like, okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
being
when you
alone.
were-
Okay, yeah.
When you were in
So
the,
I think it's
yeah, go.
kind of different. So first off, I'm a social butterfly.
Yeah.
I love seeing people, and so one.
You're
of the
extroverted, right? pretty much.
Pretty much.
Like you're kind of
but
introvert.
honestly, I could
I would say I'm on the line.
I could sit on the computer all day. I mean, I'm talking to people.
Yeah, me
Well,
too.
okay, yeah.
Because I was
There's
always,
different hats to put on.
Right.
For different.
'cause
Yeah.
I always leaned introvert.
Right.
Now, as I've gotten older in life, I'm involved in like a good amount of friend groups. I get asked to go to a good amount
yeah.
of things, and I can blend in. And I actually do really enjoy talking to people, meeting new people. A la, we do a podcast every fucking week and talk for 2 hours. Like I can shoot the shit with almost anybody. I like to think. So keep going.
So what you guys were saying about, like, roughly, you're introverted.
Oh yeah.
You, not that you prefer, you like being alone.
I know how to enjoy it.
Right.
Yeah.
I do enjoy being alone.
Right.
There's plenty of things I do. There's plenty of things I do by myself that I would rather do by myself. Also.
Right.
Yeah.
And you said you also like being alone,
Yeah.
Yeah.
generally.
Yeah.
And I think it's different. It's a different feeling I didn't get until last year coming out of a relationship because I love doing shit with people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
my favorite part. And I always didn't do shit unless I had something to do. Because honestly, like one of my favorite joys in life is not seeing, not me personally reacting to something,
Yes, I know what you're gonna
but
say.
watching someone else react to something
Yeah.
that not so much I did to them, but
You showed them. Or
I
brought
showed them something.
Yeah.
And I
They
was gonna
enjoy.
say, like, there's things that I love to do by myself, but I completely. I'm the type of person where like I love to be able to share a passion of mine
Yeah.
Right,
with somebody.
right.
Yeah, I think that's pretty relatable.
It's even like with little things, like with that situation. Like we have a movie buff friend, and I will like say like, "Oh, like have you seen this movie? Would you like to watch this?" And like him texting me later on, being like, "Oh, I love that."
Yeah.
And like, yeah, that's like such a good feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like specifically, I was gonna say like, you know, with Ryan, whenever we go out
Yeah.
somewhere, like I'll bring him out. He goes, "Man, I really love this place. You always have a new place."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, damn, I gotta keep bringing
Yeah.
new places. Like
Nice,
it's just
right?
it's not even like a large dopamine, but just a little.
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
Benjamin,
That's
little
all you
Benjamin
need.
right there.
Get you,
Yeah, it means
get
a
you
lot.
through the day.
That's dope.
That's something I love, and I guess when I'm in a relationship, it's a lot of. I love quality time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love quality time. I will spend every fucking day with that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does not matter. I'll spend every day with that person. I will not get bored. So coming out of one last year, and it was the same thing I said before. I think I was just talking about today. It's like it's tough it's not tough anymore. I can do it, but I love going to events with people.
Yeah.
And I will text anyone in my fucking
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing today? What are you doing today? What are you doing today?
Until you find something.
Until I find someone who wants to go to the event with me. Because in most cases, I probably still won't go. I'm still like 50-50. I'll pretty much go if
Yeah.
it's like something like
You really, really want to
really want to go. But if
Yeah.
it's not, and I'm like,
I
oh,
got
I'd rather
you.
have like someone who already like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
likes that to go with. So it was different last time because I felt,
Last time, as in,
last year
yep.
coming out of a relationship, because I chose to be alone for a longer period of time than
Nice.
I've ever been.
Yep.
Because not that I jump relationship to relationship, but it was the longest period. I think it was just say I think it was 9 months until I was talking to someone serious,
Romantically, yeah.
which personally is a long time.
That's
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Right.
I would say, yeah.
Whoa.
Knowing you,
Yeah,
I would say
no,
yes.
yes, I'm
Yes.
saying, that's what I'm
Yes.
saying, personally.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
To you guys, that seems like
Slight
that's
work.
insane.
That's it. 9 months,
Slight
really?
work, bro.
Yeah.
No, I know
Yeah.
what you mean. Yeah.
So it's like it's different, and I think the main thing people and I spent like most of my time like by myself. Like I do things by myself on purpose.
Yep.
To get the validation of experiencing something by myself, even though nothing hits like experiencing someone.
I mean, yes, yeah.
I love that shit so
Of
much.
course, yeah.
But it was a lot of self-fulfillment things.
Yeah, to be like, oh,
And
you know what? This is
So
cool
I'm a
too.
lot more comfortable with it now. And honestly, it was pretty joyous, and I didn't feel like I was rushed into my next relationship. Like I wanted like a companion. Like I was.
You were in a
looking for
better
companion.
headspace to take it on.
Yeah.
100%.
And I think it's a different mentality when you look at it from I like to be alone to I choose to be alone.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, yes, yes.
And
yes.
it's a different because I like to be alone as like a passive aloneness physically, I guess, or like as a physical being state.
Yeah.
And I choose to be alone is a choice. Like it's an active choice. Like I'm going to be alone for this period of time, not in a negative way.
I was gonna say, yeah,
but just
could
in like
be,
a
yeah.
neutral way, I
Yeah.
guess.
We're talking obviously in terms of like dating.
Well, hanging out with friends
Or-
and doing
okay,
stuff too.
okay, I
like I
understand.
spent
Okay, okay.
every day I'd go to the park.
I didn't know if you were only talking about in terms of dating because you were talking about you experiencing this stuff off the back of something you got out of last year.
No, in the sense like you guys like
Right.
to do your stuff by
Yeah,
yourself.
like I'll choose to not go to shit with my friends.
Right.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
understand
And
what you're
most events, unless it's something stupid and I got something early the next morning, I'll
Yeah.
probably go to.
I've been transitioning to where I go to most things,
Right.
to be honest. Like last night we hung out.
Yeah.
Which is like
No offense if you did not want to go to that.
right. But
Left early, but I was like, you know what?
Might as well. Fuck it.
I'm gonna go because
But you-
at the end of the day, I like these people. I like spending
Right.
time with them.
Yeah.
so you chose though.
I did choose.
Right. It wasn't like a passive.
Yeah, I've been making the transition
Right.
where I choose more often than not to go to stuff.
So it's like the same thing. Like I was choosing to not do something with people.
Yeah.
That was
I did it.
I was doing that to a point
Right.
to a point where like it was a problem.
Oh.
There's a couple kids I'm not friends with anymore because they would get mad at me for not coming to shit that I didn't want to go to and I would choose not to go to.
Oh.
And we would just like butt heads over that. And I don't talk to them no more. Like
Oh.
friends that I had in high school.
Oh. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I don't give a fuck. Like I just whatever.
Right.
I stand on those choices, but I can relate to that pretty well, because I will choose to not go to stuff I don't care. Like
Right.
why am I gonna go if I don't really want to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was going. What was the question?
But there's people that have FOMO that will go to stuff
Right.
regardless.
Yeah. I don't really get FOMO anymore unless it's something like really cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
I can't think of something off the top of my head, but. And then ever felt alone?
No, not yet. I liked how you tried to separate it, because there's times because I'm gonna transition.
Yeah.
Ray, watch how
Coming out to us.
Better be
Watch
great.
how smooth this is. So you were talking about making the choice to be alone. Sometimes it's not your choice,
Right.
True. Exactly. Yeah.
right?
And that's when you feel alone. Or a good example.
Let me cook.
You just stole. You just stole his flow.
Hey, cut my mic. Cut my mic.
Let me cook.
Cut his.
Sometimes it's not your choice, right? Maybe a relationship ends that wasn't ended by yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's relatable for some of us on this
Maybe
podcast.
your family blows up in a plane.
Yeah.
yeah. Friend
Litany of things.
moves,
Friend moves, yeah.
right?
Best friend moves away. That sucks. Sorry, Josh.
And I think
Colorado. Here
I think now more than ever, we are less equipped to deal with those scenarios.
society or us.
Society as a
Oh,
whole.
okay.
I think because
Deal with the forcible aloneness, not forcible. Like it wasn't your choice.
unasked for alone.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Like
okay.
I think now more than ever, kind of ties into the episode and the segment we had a little while ago of the strongly agree disagree when it
Yeah.
came to
Internet.
social media.
Yeah.
This is one of the things I think has negatively affected us a lot. I think we've become so easily accessible as individuals, and people have never been more easily accessible to us,
Yeah.
that when you're not constantly wrapped up in that, you
Yeah.
don't know how to function.
It's true.
I see what
And I want to be honest, like one of my biggest red flags in people is when you can't respond well to those periods of time. I think that's I think that's a character flaw. I think you have developing to do. Because I'm telling you right now, I don't know how much you'll relate to this, but I myself am somebody who have been single for the majority of my life. Like, is it a choice or not? Now, recently, it hasn't really been a choice. It used to be a choice. I can't say I'm not trying. So, like, we'll get into that, the feeling lonely stuff.
Yeah.
But you're somebody who was always like in relationships and stuff. So
Right.
maybe there was cool things you were going to that you would stop at nothing until you found somebody to go do them with. It's a
Right.
different type. You experience things in a different way when you're on your own. And one of my favorite things you've ever said to me,
Got a lot of them. Take
it's
time.
the other side of the coin, right? You had said at one point there's certain types of emotions you'll feel and developments you'll have that you will not
Right.
get outside of being with a
In a
romantic
relationship,
partner or with somebody who intimately cares deeply about you, is passionate about you. I also believe there's different types of confidences, and I'm gonna make up a word here. Like there's different types of like
I can't wait to think about
Like-
what the word.
like
Yeah, well, yeah, that does it, Ant. I know what you mean.
like there's just a different type of confidence you'll have, and there's a different type of accepting yourself. I'm not gonna make up a word.
No, make up a word. I
Yeah.
want to hear it now.
I was gonna say self-reliances
Oh, yeah. Put a dash in
Probably
between the
not
two
a word,
words.
but
yeah.
yeah.
Self-reliance.
in the sense that like you'll be able to rely on yourself better than if you don't spend that time with yourself.
Yeah.
I'm grasping at straws.
No, I know what you mean.
I fully believe in that though. I just don't have a good word for it. But there's certain like I've been described as somebody. Actually, James said this on one of the podcasts. He told me that I have a reserved confidence, in the sense that I don't need to go put my neck on the line for a friendship, to make a new friendship, to impress a girl that I'm interested in. I have enough confidence in myself, and I really am so in love with where I am as a person mentally, and I guess physically too, but more mentally, that like I don't need to go fit a square peg into a triangle.
yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? Because I know that if I'm able to put the best version of myself that I can out there consistently, that I'll attract the right friendships, the right partner to myself. And I honestly believe you will not get to that point if you don't spend a little bit of time with just yourself.
No, 100%.
I will die on that hill.
But I definitely think it's an interesting concept,
Mhm.
not being, in a sense, the chaser of relationship.
Right.
Because not that it's not going to happen.
If I
It's
don't
just
try, I
a
agree.
lot
I completely agree.
Well, yes.
Likely
Yeah.
I
it'll
completely
happen.
agree. Yeah, but I'm
Um,
sensible too. Like that's
right.
why I don't. We'll get into it later.
Right.
But the only other and I just want to expand a little further. The reason why I fully believe this is because I think it's impossible. Tell me if it is, but me personally, like I can't. I wouldn't be able to process what I had gone through if I'm already actively pursuing somebody else in a new situation. You know what I'm trying to say?
You have to give yourself
And I
time
think
to,
that period of time being alone, like that's the most important time you can spend with yourself, because that's where you're able to formalize your own thoughts, your own reasonings,
Yeah.
have closure with yourself about situations, and be able to close the chapter and move. Like the example I'll use, because it happened. Like this is what happened to me. Like the one person I was with, like unfortunately, like that person didn't take that time to do that. And that's how you end up having your previous relationships and mishaps and traumas like bleed into other parts of your lives and kind of muddy the waters of something that like could have been good. You know what I mean? It seemed like the episode where you were talking about your recent breakup, that kind of had stuff to do with it. Like sometimes people, you have to give yourself time to develop as an individual.
Right.
I think you're doing yourself a disservice
No,
if you don't do that. So that's why I believe that. And you were about to bring something up too. That's like related but not related. Like that's regardless of like, I'll use myself as an example. That's regardless of how aggressive or non-aggressive I like pursue relationships. You know what I'm trying to say? Because there was a point in time where I was choosing not to because mentally I wasn't ready for it.
Right.
That was like a long time ago now. It's like kind of crazy to think about how long ago that was. The past like 3.5, 4 years, I'm just like kind of vibing.
Right.
Like I really have no reason to not be pursuing people. In reality.
Right.
That much I agree with.
Yeah.
But that's why if we want to transition to the feeling lonely aspect, that's why I can't really sit here at night and say that I feel lonely.
Right.
In the sense that it'll never work out for me. I've never said those words to myself about anything.
Well, that's good. I've heard other people say that.
Sometimes you teeter that line. I'm past that.
Yeah.
Because there was a time where, like when I was really upset off the back of the relationship I was in, like, I would tell myself that shit all the time. Like, I wasn't ready for this. I'll never be ready for it, blah, blah, blah. But I had a switch flip where I transitioned to being like, wait, no, like, let's work on things, though. in this time while I'm alone. Because I like to sit here and think that I think I am in the point where like I'd be fully ready to take that on. I can't wait for that.
Right.
But at the same time, I also feel like I've developed enough to the point where it's like, hold on, I could be a prize too, though. Like, why can't I wait, in theory, until something comes along that I actually want to pursue? It's probably a subconscious. Maybe I'm a little afraid of, like, getting into something and it doesn't work out, and then I have to take a couple steps back.
Right.
Not that that's wrong, because
It's good, though.
there's positive developments that come with that.
Right. And that was the flip side of the coin that you talked about.
Right.
Is that, in my mind, like, you can only achieve so much
Yeah.
Without
sitting in your room in the darkness.
100%.
Yeah.
And not
There comes a point where you have to go back outside and test out what you learned.
Right.
100%.
Because you can be dreadfully scared of the possibilities until you realize
Yeah.
most of them aren't possible.
Yeah,
Like if all
true.
the trees fall at the same time.
Yeah.
Right.
Not going to happen. But if you don't go outside
Fuck.
and know the trees are different heights and
Yeah,
different
yeah, yeah.
ages,
Yeah.
you would
You
think,
don't know.
oh, they could all fall at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like you're choosing you're choosing to be stagnant, but at the same time you're running from what you're looking for at the same time.
Right.
Right.
Hmm.
Can I go again? Because you just made me think of something
Yes.
really
Yeah,
nice.
go again.
So you use the like running from stuff
Yeah.
as like being alone. I think a problem a lot of people have nowadays too is they run from the being single
Oh, I agree. Yes.
as well. Because you were saying like when you're single, you run from like being with somebody. But I think there's obviously people that run from
The
that
dark
point
room.
in time, and it was kind of what I was getting at as well. When it's like you let your previous things bleed into new things, and you're still all bambalid about what happened before. I'm sorry. If you guys knew how well I use that word,
Bumblebee.
I mean,
you would
right?
lose it all the
Huh?
time. I know, but it's like it's funny anyway.
I've been the biggest. I always, when anybody ever
It's
like,
the first
gets
piece
out of a
advice you
relationship,
give.
so I'm
It
like,
just is.
you need to allow yourself to feel
heal.
every single emotion.
It's
feel like
so
a piece
normal.
of shit.
It's so
feel like
natural.
dog shit.
Yeah.
Dirt. Like the worst human ever.
It's the best.
For a couple months, and then
You'll love
Figure it
yourself
out.
for it.
It's
You'll
just
thank
like-
yourself for it. Like
You should do it more often.
I give myself a ton of credit for like not giving in at times where like I could have to stuff like.
well, like our friend the flower girl. Every so often with her, I'm like,
Yeah, right.
just slow down.
Does she watch?
I don't think so.
No, she doesn't.
I'm like, slow down, give it a second, fucking breathe.
was
Like,
gonna
let
say.
yourself fucking be
wish
sad
you
for a
did.
little. Like, people don't allow themselves to feel sad anymore.
right.
Like, I don't know. Like, all that's just gonna come out at some point in life.
But that's my thing is like, and going back to the conversation, therefore, way before this,
yeah,
being sad and being mad is good.
yeah.
All
yeah.
emotions
It's
have-
great, I'm
are
telling you, like-
not just positive spins, but they are good and bad.
Cathartic, right? Is that the word?
Lethargic.
Lethargic.
Yeah.
I think it's the word.
Lethargic. I think that's like when you're
Lazy?
like tired. Yeah, like groggy.
Yeah.
Cathartic?
Yeah,
I said
cathartic.
lethargic.
Cathartic.
It's
Providing
cathartic?
psychological relief through open expression of strong emotions, causing
No,
catharsis.
Cathartic?
Cathartic.
That's how you say that?
Lagertha is a legendary Viking shield
All
maiden. Okay, spell that.
So I kind of tried to transition to like.
Yeah, lethargic is lacking energy. Yeah,
Right.
Cathartic.
I tried to transition from like the being lonely conversation to feeling lonely.
Yeah, yeah.
Which was going well until we got off the rails.
Sorry.
No, what do you mean? We're on the rails.
Start it up again.
You have to give your time. You have to be
Yeah.
lonely. Isn't just bad though.
No.
No.
That's the thing. That's
Right.
the thing. Our general conversation about it today is like not everything that's perceived as negative
Is a negative. Yeah.
Right. Because the time in which you will feel lonely is when you're in that dark room.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
And you need to be in the dark room.
It's
Yeah.
a necessary evil
Right.
to that point in time that you should spend with yourself.
A good metaphor is like you're letting the dough rise, and then once you get in a relationship, you bake the dough. But I don't want to say. And you said about the 2 coins thing. It's like I don't want to say someone's half baked because they have never been in a relationship,
Right.
but maybe like 75% baked.
Well, I
See what- no,
get that
I
point
agree with
because
that.
I think like we're not to be like a fucking like a metaphor clipper here, but
Metaphor clipper. You're the Rizzler.
yeah.
He's Big Justice. I'm Agent.
Put it
Insisting upon himself.
He's insisting upon
put it like
metaphor clipper.
it's like peeling the onions back in a layer. Like we're all onions. There's
Oh,
only
okay,
you
Shrek.
can peel off so much, until somebody comes in and peels those extra 3, 4, 5, 6 layers off of you. And there's like certain barriers that you cannot peel those layers back for yourself.
Right.
You literally need somebody to do that for you.
Right.
So I like really, really, really agree with what you're saying about you're different when you're in a relationship or you experience different things.
100%.
Because me personally, like never experienced love in my life.
Right.
And I'm confident saying that. I have not done that. I have not experienced love. I don't know what that feeling is going to be. And tying that to like feeling lonely, like, yes, obviously at night I'm thinking like, damn, I wish I had somebody to like share this bed with type shit. You know, obviously.
Listen to Luther with.
Yeah. If the world is mine. Yeah, but
It's like, I want to make someone's dreams come true.
at the same time, like, yes, I am choosing to sit in that loneliness in an attempt to be like, when I figure out my stuff and I'm in my headspace where I feel like I'm ready to make a move on that stuff, that's great. But at the same time, I am petrified of the feeling of feeling that immense amount of love for somebody and A, it not working out, or B, not being all that it was cracked up to be. And that's in the back of my mind all the time.
Yeah, it sucked. Because I think I have experienced it, and then it was obviously short-lived. But I think I could confidently say that, I think I have. I know I have.
Been in love.
It's just a different. It's so weird. It's a different type of quality time you spend sometimes with somebody. There's layers to it, you know. And the other thing I like that you said too, and it was to go off of when you were saying like you won't develop as much as you can if you don't have a partner. It's because there are levels to happiness, sadness, anger, passion, care that are so heightened.
No, 100%.
And the multiplier of those feelings is the feeling of love.
No, yeah.
And that's how I know I felt it, because those core feelings were amplified because of somebody. And that's a whole other rabbit hole. But that's a real concern too. Like there were times where, if we want to start talking about the feeling lonely thing, so now I had experienced it. Haven't experienced it since. That period of time where I was like feeling alone, I was like, damn, what if I don't find that again? Like it just took me 21 years to find it, literally.
You always want to do another 21,
And I'm
like,
not that I'm like, well, can't wait till I'm 42.
Yeah, right.
But it's like, oh wow, like that was so beautiful. Like I didn't even know, like I remember like off the back of it, like being almost like elated and kind of joyous, even off the back of it ending, because I was like I was actually really thankful that I got to do that. Like I got to feel that.
Yeah.
You know?
But the flip side, it's
And I'm like,
how much of that is out there?
Wait though, like when's that coming back?
Yeah. And that's a scary. I don't
Like,
and it
wait, hold on.
there
Like
are points in times where I just don't conceptualize that in my head, where it's like, oh, is there, like, damn, I felt all that in that moment. Is there something like that out there again? Like, how the fuck could this be? And how could there be another, like, a part 2 to this type shit?
Yeah.
But like, the world is so fucking big, and it's hard to like take a step back and realize like, one, we are fucking young as shit, and we have all this life to live. But like, two, it's like,
hopefully.
we have the hopefully, yes, knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
We have the opportunity to like experience that 10 more times even, and we just it's just
right.
Yeah.
I know, and it's about perspective you gain through being alone, to be honest. But that's the point in time where I truly did feel like lonely as shit, and I like couldn't wait for the days to end. I would like go to work, come home, go right to bed. Like wouldn't eat dinner. Days where I wouldn't eat. Because it's weird, because when you really do feel that emotion like that for somebody, like the you hearing all like the old love songs, like missing a piece of yourself and she took a piece of me, like like that shit's kind of real.
Yeah.
Like, that shit is real. Like, and you have all these little like just like subconscious things you would do or say to the person like all the time, and then it's not there anymore, and you're like, fuck. Like how when Mike was saying the other episode, like, he heard a car drive by and like the gate.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that had me fucked up. Like, because there's things you can relate. Like I can
Yeah.
relate to that. You know, like your phone. Oh, like my phone just vibrated. Like, oh
Right.
wait, that's right.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
She don't text me no more. Like,
Could it be?
oh shit. Oh, it's a different person. Like, but yeah, I definitely felt lonely.
I think
And now it's more of like the human single man aspect of it, like that I think Josh relates to. And it's like, yeah, there's been a couple things this year that didn't work out. And you just kind of get to the point where you're like, ooh, is it me?
yeah.
No.
What am I doing
And,
wrong?
and listen.
Yeah,
listen.
yeah.
Like it's not. Like I had a nice,
be.
like I had, could be.
And there, yeah, it could be.
That's my problem.
My
I was
mom
like, it's
doesn't
probably
think
not you-
so.
Could be.
Could be.
My mom doesn't think so. I had a nice conversation with my mom. That's why I forgot to put your sandwich order in for Sunday.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Your mom's not-
Yeah, I was talking to my mom for like fucking.
should flip out on her.
You're the reason.
I was getting anime. I wasn't flipping out on her, but like I was kind of venting about situations that have been
Yeah.
going on and like explaining her stuff. Because my mom butt heads, but me and my mom have like very differing opinions on most things. But that's why I love to talk to her the most about stuff because of that. And yeah, I mean, she thinks I'm doing a good job. Like, she thinks I'm
Yeah.
a nice young man. I think I'm a nice young man. Like, how could I not? You know, like, that's just what sucks because it's like I know the points I've gotten to. Like, I know the milestones I've hit mentally. And then when stuff still doesn't work out, yeah, you get frustrated. Like, that's
course,
just
yeah,
natural.
natural.
100%.
I think another layer to the loneliness part that I was thinking of, like when I said earlier, like
Yeah.
I never truly felt lonely because I have a good support system, my family loves me, all that, whatever.
But it's
There's
but the
some
type,
things
yeah.
where like sometimes they can't fucking help you. You know what
No,
I
I
mean?
know.
So
Okay,
that's
good.
where
I
your
was gonna go
lonely,
off.
like the
Yeah.
loneliness goes to. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like when you
Yep.
have all these people around you and they can't
That's
give
not
you
the
that
type
what
of
you
love
need to
I'm
get
looking
over
for
it.
right now,
Yeah,
Mom.
like you're
You know?
that is like when somebody can't help you out of your loneliness.
Yeah.
Like the little like, hey, like check up on you, like how you doing type shit isn't working for you.
Yeah.
No, right.
Because sometimes
Yeah.
you're like, sometimes it sucks because I'm telling you, like, there's times where it's like your family can't be there for you for that.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yeah.
Like, and if you want to talk about, go deeper, like, yeah, like there were times where it's like I was crying out for like intimate love. Please, God, help me, please.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm on my fucking knees, bro.
Right.
Like, I'm talking to you every night. Like, when is
Like
it gonna happen?
celebrating a goal.
You know, like, and I do, and I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah, recently too, this past year, because it's like it sucks, because it's like you know what you can offer,
Of course, yeah.
but no, you hit the nail on the head, like that, yeah, because it's like when I was feeling alone, like, yeah, of course, when I was upset about my ex, like, yeah, I could talk to my fucking mom about it, but it's like,
Yeah.
Maria,
The farthest
like,
it goes, yeah.
She's not gonna tell you anything controversial.
Exactly, yeah.
right? It's like you're
Nothing
not gonna,
like mind opening.
like-
oh,
Like,
like-
yes, man.
Yeah.
and that sucks,
Yeah,
but it's like it's not wounds for them to heal.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
trying to say?
yeah, yeah.
No, you made a great point. That's a great point.
I think that's tough from their position too. because,
sucks.
Oh,
as a
yeah, like,
parent,
what
you
can I
wanna be
do?
there for them.
Yeah.
It's
It
like-
sucks, dude.
There's only like you can't.
so it's like you almost have to know you can't
Oh,
be
yeah.
there for them all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you ever get like choked up when your mom's like, "What's wrong?" and like you know something's wrong.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not about to talk about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, yeah. yeah.
I've done that plenty of times. Like,
Same.
you know, because we're young adults, we think we fucking know everything. Like, you
Yeah.
like to fucking walk around like everything's fine, like don't worry about it. And then as soon as that bedroom door closes, like
Yeah.
it's crashing out. Like I'm throwing shit, you know. You ever felt lonely?
Yeah. I was. I think we did.
I'm
before
actually,
the pod.
I actually really want your perspective.
It
on
was
that.
actually. It was the most forced thing ever possible.
yeah.
Because I think we talked about this before, and it was
That's when it happens. It's when you get uprooted
pretty much.
unexpectedly.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like he was on. So obviously on the track team, and we come back early for like 2 weeks before classes begin.
Yes.
So it's literally just like track team people and like other sports people there.
So this is back in high school.
No, it's
College. Yeah.
Oh, got you.
And so I'm in Maine. None of my
Forgot you
roommates are
did
there. I get back. My girlfriend breaks up with me.
Mm.
And then because like it was my first semester going to my second semester
Yeah.
on the team.
Yeah.
It's not like I knew that many people.
Oh,
To be
true.
able to like because it's like you're the only people there.
Yeah.
Like
On the whole damn campus, basically.
not the
yeah.
whole damn campus. And it's like outside of practice, you just go around like mess around with everybody.
Yeah.
And it's like if you don't have that connection to people and then like it's like you can't there's nothing to do.
About to say, yeah. it's
Like I
you
was in
and
my
your
room for
demons.
basically 2 weeks just like
sulking.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was like the most like forced thing ever. It was like, yeah, 300 miles from like anyone, and anyone who was going to the school wasn't there.
Yeah.
Besides on the track team.
Yeah.
So it was like physically, mentally alone. No one at all. Yeah. Did not learn much in that time. Did not.
That's fair.
Did not think about much.
That's
I'll tell you what. Last summer was the summer of growth.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it was wintertime too, so it was
Oh
freezing.
God, double.
I'd go to practice, come home, and do
Doesn't it
nothing.
make it
Yeah.
so much worse?
It's 10 times worse.
It's
So
crazy.
10
bad.
times worse.
Mine too. It was like going into the colder months.
Yeah.
It was like
And it was honestly
Like,
like the
no.
most like depressing scenery ever because I don't think I'm trying to.
because Maine is just all trees.
So I'd walk
It's all woods.
from my apartment. They had a bike path connecting to the university. So I'd be walking on the bike path, and it's like I'm the only footsteps on,
Oh
on
my
the
God.
snow on the bike path.
Yeah.
And I'm just walking. It's like it's
nice,
like
nice
8
place.
o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, nice place to bleed out and die.
Yeah.
I had on the thing.
Those
I
are
had
Exxon
great
Mobil
memes.
thing.
yeah, nice place to bleed out and die. Ugh. I love the
The solace.
the solace of snow.
Yeah.
I'd love to just curl up under a tree and die in the snow. It's just the warmth of the cold, the warmth of the cold embrace.
Yeah.
You'll never feel a more calming loneliness.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
It whispers to you, sweet,
Yeah.
sweet
Oh, damn.
death.
Yep.
Ugh,
Keep going.
that was it.
Oh. I thought I derailed you
No,
by bringing up the.
that was it. Yeah, I mean, I didn't learn anything during that time.
That's fair.
I was way too distraught over
what happened.
Yeah.
not even that. There was just like nothing I could possibly do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't like there was no. I didn't even think. I'm trying to remember my computer was even working at that time.
Yeah.
I might have just fucking sat in bed all day.
You know what I used to struggle with? Feeling like I wasn't noticed
Mm-hmm.
Be more noticeable.
by the females.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. My only issue with
'Cause
YouTube
the
is you don't
friend-
fucking
'cause
put
the
yourself
friend-
out there.
Yeah.
And it irks
I
me
do-
when you're
but
like,
I-
I don't feel noticed.
If,
You're like,
if
you're gonna do something?
they were paying attention, I do.
What do you mean if they were paying
If they-
attention?
No, I'm playing.
You think like
All right, but I'm gonna be honest. Putting myself out there is not getting on the dating apps. Sorry.
then don't.
I know that's what you mean.
When you
But-
I'm just saying a new girl comes in the group every fucking year. One. You get one a year. Everyone bites
Yeah,
at her.
You can't do that.
And everyone misses.
Yeah.
Why you rolling your eyes?
I didn't roll my eyes. I looked to the right and the left.
Not everybody bites.
But it's
at
I
her.
look to the
even-
right and the
it's not
left.
even
90%
like
of people
that.
bite at her
It's
because
not even
everyone's
about
fucking
that.
pussy.
It's not even about that.
I'm just saying. That's my.
But
my
I know what you
opinion.
mean.
So, yeah, dating apps
This
is bad,
is-
but if you're not gonna go out there, you said like you
This
said
is
you don't
more
have
like-
any. You feel like you have so much to offer, but you're
Yeah.
not.
Show that.
You're
Showing
not-
that. Yeah.
You don't have a menu.
Right.
You didn't have a menu if you're gonna offer something.
The resume was never printed.
Right. Right.
Right.
Right. Never received the resume. It's like if you had a kitchen
No stove.
in a no.
No stove.
I was
yeah.
like-
you got
no,
you
it's
got
like-
you got all these ingredients in these cabinets.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's like if you had a kitchen in a back alley with no sign saying there was a kitchen there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I hope someone finds. Like you have like a full
Michelin star chefs in there,
You have
yeah.
like a 5-course meal laid out. Man, I hope someone threw walks.
Because if they did
If they
find
did,
it,
They'd love this shit.
that's
Yeah.
funny. Nah, but it was more so like in high school and college, like making friends or like going to the
Right.
parties, and it's like, yeah, you approach people and talk to them. It's like, why am I not leaving like an impression on anybody?
right.
You know?
Well, you're the one thinking that though.
I know.
They remember you.
Yeah.
Probably am.
I think you're pretty memorable.
It's
See, but you know, that's what I'm saying.
it depends what kind of mood I'm in, though. Like, it really does.
Oh, I remember that
Though. I think
motherfucker.
people. It
No,
pissed
I
me
think
off.
they do too. The conversation I was having with my mom the other day too. I don't know how you guys feel about this. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I never tried to make friends ever. I don't think I've ever tried to make a friend ever in my life.
Well, I've definitely tried
Some of these motherfuckers just like kind of spawned in. And
Oh.
I don't remember how they got there.
Yeah, I feel that.
But like the friend, like I'm telling you right now, like the friend groups I'm in, low key, like I love them. Never asked to be a part of them.
Oh,
Like, I was saying
well,
it to
we
my
can
Yeah,
remove you.
it just
I was saying to my mom though, like,
Never asked for it. All right, that's fine.
but that's what I'm in. It was kind of wrapped into a conversation we were having of like people trying too hard to fit in.
Mm.
And I think it comes from my beginnings of like just being alone and enjoying to be alone and choosing to be alone, that I'm okay. Like, I don't need to be friends with everybody. I think that's a red flag. You start shape-shifting. You start
Right.
You start deviating.
need to be friends with everybody.
You start
Okay.
deviating from who you really are as a person.
Yeah.
Like, I
Right.
think for whatever reason, and the type of person that like I get along, I really do get along with most people. Like,
But it's also not bad to deviate because it's how you grow.
sure.
That's fair.
You
Yeah,
can imagine because like at some point,
But that's the thing too, is because I feel like but I also think I'm in friend groups that are vastly different.
right, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with that side piece.
I don't know either.
Josh brought up something earlier too
Thank
that
you.
was interesting. That I wanted to let the conversation actually flow. I didn't want to go back on it because I wanted us to get to like the mentally feeling lonely stuff.
Oh, we did.
We did.
Oh.
But I had something else to go off of the like being alone part. I think why I enjoyed it so much is because I was a triplet. So now I
Right.
could never be alone.
Right.
I shared a room with my brother.
Right.
Oh,
Literally all
oh,
through high school.
oh.
So like when you were saying how like when you were younger growing up, like you loved being in your room.
Mm.
Like, that was your choice, that was your preference. Like I couldn't do that if I wanted to, literally.
Wow.
Like
Oh.
I remember getting to the point, like when we were in our teenage years in high school, like I remember that I would literally say to myself, like, there is nowhere in this house I can fucking disappear to.
Yeah.
I have nowhere to go in this house to like spend a minute by myself unless I'm literally using the bathroom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
So that's why I think when I got to college, I couldn't fucking wait to get a single dorm. I found that application on the Roger Williams website so fucking
He
fast.
went done.
Like I couldn't wait to fill out some bullshit. I was like, yeah, I have mad allergies and like need to be in a single room. Like I didn't want friends. Like
Mad-
I couldn't wait for that. Now I have friends from school. They're great. Love them. In a group chat with them. Great. Whatever. Fine. Besides the point. Like
Really happy about that one.
could not wait to get a single. And my mom was like, really? Like you don't want? I'm like, this is the first time I'll ever have my own room in my life, Mom. Like,
Yeah.
don't you understand?
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
couldn't wait for that. So I used to struggle. Like I used to want, and I think that's why, like my late teens, early 20s, I enjoyed being alone so much because I never got to do that. Like everything I did was with my brother too. The same fucking friend groups, the same fucking soccer teams. Like I couldn't be myself. I felt not that I couldn't be myself, but it's like I didn't have my own pocket of the world to go into.
Mm.
So like, it was cool when I went to college and he went to college. Even my sister too, for loosely, because obviously me and my brother are boys, so like we relate more.
Yeah.
But
Boy.
yeah, like it was cool. It was cool to finally like create a own life for myself. I
Yeah.
felt like I was always attached to like my brother and sister.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of like explains why I enjoy being alone. But it's also why I do all right not being alone because like I was saying, like I grew up on my brother's hip fucking forever.
Mm.
Every day. Like we did everything together. Like there was never an event I would go to that he wasn't at.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I wanted to bring that up when you were talking about the wanting to go into your room. It's like I used to want that so bad when I
And weren't able to do it, yeah.
couldn't do it. Cause we shared a room forever. We had bunk beds. Like it was wild. What else?
I do remember a time where I actually felt alone. And
Okay, go.
it was, I think, sophomore year of college.
Mm.
And I'm at URI.
Yeah.
Majority of the friend group, that core friend group, were either there and commuting or just weren't in college or went at a different college in general.
Yeah.
So I'm like not going home every weekend, obviously, going home for like the big things like Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that stuff like that. And like every so often.
And you weren't you working there over the summer
Mhm.
too?
I was
right?
working,
You
I
were
was like
staying there?
basically having to stay there, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I remember that.
there are points in time where I felt like, you know, the stuff I was sending in the group chat like wasn't getting responded to.
Yeah.
And like me trying to like interact and stuff like that. Even like
Yeah.
playing video games, like
Feel
I was
you're starting to drift away.
yeah, and I like
And that's not obviously not what's actually happening, but like
Yeah,
it's hard
like-
to ignore.
I remember I went into the I went to our bathroom. I sat there, I cried for like half an hour in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Just like I'm losing like the people that
Using your grip on things.
exactly like
Yeah.
people I care so like I deeply love all my friends. And it was like
Wow.
the worst feeling I've ever felt. Like, damn, I'm losing the people that I care so much about. I'm like, they don't give a fuck about me
it's
like that.
This is what they talked about in high school. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, this is the
it's
drift-
happening
this is the
late.
drifting
I got it
from your
late.
Friends right now.
I'm like, dude,
right.
I felt like, and I'm like, like everything's
That
falling
was
apart.
wild.
Like, and I've never felt that like alone in my whole entire life. Cause I'm like,
Yeah.
these are the people that I like could rely on. Like, I don't tell shit about like stuff growing up, all that. Like, I really don't tell anybody stuff like that.
Never.
So like, I'm like, I need them to like be my distraction, like for something's going on in my life, you know? And once that was slipping away, I was like, damn, like I feel like absolute dog shit. I would just sit in my room and just fucking stare at a fucking wall and be like, damn, like this is how it ends. Well,
Yeah.
it was, I don't know. That was, and like I think about that and I get emotional every single time I think about that because it's just really, it's such a terrible, 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 terrible feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I reached out to one of our friends that we ended up like annexing from the group chat for whatever reason. It didn't work.
Happens.
He's not a great person, as we all know now. And I reached out to him and I was like, dude, if I made you feel like how I'm feeling right now, I'm deeply fucking sorry for that. Like,
Yeah.
I understand like how that could have affected you, and I'm seeing it from this lens now. And I'm like, you know, I know we're probably not going to be best of friends or really even talk that much anymore, but like I reached out. I was like, I want to tell you, like, I know what you're going through potentially at this moment in time, and like I feel fucking awful for you for that as well.
Wow.
And I don't know. Yeah, that was
That's dope.
that was rough. But
United in grief.
they were like, no, you're good, bro. And I was like, oh, thanks. But no, I remember specifically talking to Zach, and I'll put his name out there because I really respected him for this. He reached out to me after I like brought it up to everybody, and he was like, you know, maybe like that wasn't what's happening, but I'm gonna sit here and say like, we love you obviously, and it's like maybe we can do better with doing certain things, and I'm going to make sure that I at least am the one that's trying to like be more inclusive and do better and stuff like that. And I really appreciate you, and I could cry right now and care for that, but that saved me, and you don't know how much it saved me. So yeah.
I know, yeah. And I'm like in that friend group now, but it's not really my friend group. That was one of the ones that like I was talking about that like I get along with all you guys and I love all you guys. Like that group of my soccer friends, like those are my favorite people. I see them the least.
Really? Damn.
I see y'all the least. I see every other fucking person I know, like I like them, but like they're almost acquaintances. Like there's levels of friendships.
100%. There's circles.
And
Rings.
Yeah, like I always say like what you guys have in that friend group is dope. Like nothing's ever come between any of you guys. It's the same thing with me and like my soccer friends until like kind of recently. But those are the kids that like I would cry about if I didn't see no more.
Yeah.
Like how Zach and them are for you. So like I relate to that because like when I went to college, I never fucking saw them ever. You know, like you see your college friends that like, all right, they're my college friends. Like I'll just never give enough of a fuck about them as I do my friends. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't really care. Like that's just I'm telling you, that's what it is. You feel how that way?
No, I'm just
how you want to feel? I'm
However that
sorry.
makes
No,
you
but
feel.
that's a factual
You know,
thing.
like
yeah.
my best friends, even Ryan, dude,
yeah.
pretty much a member of the pod now. Like,
Yeah.
like that was the first fucking friend I ever made. Like, you will never get me to care more about any of y'all
That's fair. Yeah.
Than him.
Yeah. Yeah.
unless something happens.
It's like kill him.
And it's like him.
They take his spot. You know
Like
what?
him and my soccer friends, we did not talk, bro. Like we weren't like we didn't talk in group chats, nothing. Like we all went to different schools. Some didn't go to school. Some were living at school. Some went away. Some started working right away. It's like there was like a 3, 4, 5 year period where like we all went our separate ways and like figured our shit out, got our shit together. Now we've recently all been coming back together, and it's like the friendships are even closer than they were before, and we didn't even know we could do that. You know what I mean? For
That's
better
why.
or worse.
That's why you say Mike's my best friend, because we would dead ass go like months not saying a word to each
yeah,
other.
I'm telling you, me too.
And then we
like,
came
come
back, we're
home
just
or
like,
something, and it'd be like nothing changed.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think I loosely remember those events, but I also
Yeah.
don't because I barely was in the group chat.
I was about to say, yeah,
He was part of the
he
problem.
was out.
right. That's why he's like, yeah, best friends with me. I was like, oh, he got me. I was like, all right.
He was part of the problem, bro.
Yeah.
No, I can, but see, I know how you. I know I can relate to the scenario.
Mhm.
I didn't feel lonely because of it, but I know exactly what you mean. Like that.
Yeah.
That was a real thing. And you went to a school where a lot of your friends went. I didn't know.
A lot of them went
like,
there. Yeah.
Yo, there was like 2 people that went to Roger Williams for my
Bumbleweed.
graduating class, and I didn't fuck with them anyway.
Not how you use that.
You know, there weren't people I talked to anyway. So it's like, yeah, like, nah, that was a real thing too. When it's funny because like it's a completely different type of loneliness.
Yes. Yeah.
When it's like from your friends.
because that's they
than
grew
it
up with
is
you.
with,
Yeah.
than it is with like call it intimacy or relationship loneliness.
I was gonna say it's like.
I'm
losing
glad
a
you
pet,
brought that up.
But like that's kind of crazy. But
Cause yeah, that sucks. Like when you say stuff in the group chat and nobody reacted.
yeah,
Like-
like nowadays, I can say I was overreacting at that point in time.
Yeah,
I
but
can
like,
say
it was
that.
valid.
Well, it's
Oh yeah, no. I understand it at that.
It pi-
at the
it
time, it
piles
was
up.
valid, but like
It piles up.
I just in the group chat sometimes now, no names. I'm just like, yeah, that did probably deserve that.
They're at work.
Yeah.
probably, yeah. That's funny.
Yeah,
That was good. Good job, guys.
it was good too.
Chargers Ravens halftime 14-10.
It was
Ravens.
it was 0-10, and then Lamar ran one in. I saw.
Um,
So it was 7-10. Then they scored again. Yeah, J.K. Dobbins questionable return.
What?
but let me put a cap on the segment.
I'm pretty sure their backups out too.
So
That's
obviously,
Yeah, because of-
there's different types of
fuck.
feeling. There's different types of feeling lonely. You guys ruined the moment.
Sorry, no.
You said that. You said it was a good conversation.
Wrap it
I
up,
thought
wrap
we
it up,
wrapped
wrap it up.
I know, but I like to give my conclusion. Yeah, that was something I wanted to bring up because I wouldn't say it's a feeling I've necessarily been feeling now, but I've been taking myself down my own mental memory lane, and there was times where I would fall into loneliness in periods that in this period I'm in.
Yeah.
You know, it sucks when things aren't working out quite your way. Talking about intimacy. Because I got all my friends in line, all my friends in check.
Yeah.
You know, like that's really the last part I've been working at. And I just can't stress it enough. Like there's a lot of beautiful lessons you can learn out of spending time with yourself.
Yeah.
Being comfortable with yourself. Like the whole notion of like you need to love yourself first. Like I will tell you right now for a fact, like I would have never loved myself the way I do now if I didn't spend, it was honestly like a year of time, which looking back was an overreaction, but I was naive, you know.
Yeah.
It was first love type shit.
Yeah.
Like, if I didn't take that period of time to conceptualize and really sit there with the lessons and gain the closure that I got from that time, wouldn't even be close to the confidence I have, the mental strength I have, like the feeling of, and I've said this on podcasts before, like that's like when I say I'm a really good struggler,
Yeah.
like it was because of that. Like I just think I just don't think there's anything I could face in life that I wouldn't be able to sit there with myself and have a conversation with myself that I wouldn't be able to work through.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really important life skill to have because there's gonna be times where like you A, don't have anybody, and B, the only person that will be able to help you out is yourself.
True.
It's all about having like that inner monologue with
I was about to
yourself
say,
constantly.
I say this to myself, and I don't know if this is insensitive, and if it is, I apologize. You got to be a little schizophrenic. Like, you actually just really do.
Yo, I do.
You do. You have
I
to
be
be a little
talking out
schizophrenic.
loud
True.
and shit. at
It's a
night.
spectrum, Josh.
It's a spectrum. I think
think it's-
I'm on the schizophrenic
Yeah.
spectrum.
I think it's a beautiful point to get at in life, to be able to go through things on your own.
Yeah.
Because let's call a spade a spade. Like
Spade.
there has never been a point in my life where I have physically been alone. I thank God for that.
Yeah.
You know, like I have siblings. I
Oh.
have phenomenal friends. Like my family's pretty well in check. Like I have relationships with all my family. Like I have people
Well
I
in
can go
check.
to. You know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm lucky in that sense. Like in theory, you could sit here and point at me and be like, you don't really have a reason to ever have felt alone.
Mhm.
But so like I get it. I'm fortunate, but even I too have been in scenarios where like it's a type of loneliness that like your family, your friends can't cure. for
Yeah.
you know, like even your partner. You know, it's like your own inner battles. And
Yeah.
it's
Like maybe
important.
you aren't alone, but you feel it.
Yeah, it's important to get better at battling those on your own.
But on the flip side, I think
Yeah, go.
sometimes you can't.
Wrap up the other side of the coin.
Yeah. Sometimes.
You can learn a lot of
Someone
lessons from
shows
people.
you how to love yourself.
Shows it away. Of
Exactly.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Right.
like remove yourself from every situation you're in.
Right.
Because that's a beautiful thing too, right? And I think you're right. That's kind of the point of me wanting to have this conversation, and in a lot of Ange asks of the past, like, you might be sitting there just rifling through fucking podcasts at night because you feel alone. Like,
Yeah.
somebody might stumble on this and learn something that helps them. Because now I'm at the point too, right, where it's like I went through a period of feeling lonely about a person, an ex. I can't wait to help people with that.
Yeah.
You know, like the advice that you can give people now is so valuable, because you're right. Like, there's been times where, like, I can honestly pridefully say, like, I've opened people's eyes on how they could respond to certain things that happen to them. I'm sure you definitely have.
Yeah.
You're the encyclopedia. Really?
I mean, what you said,
No,
like,
it's a great
about
point.
you sometimes you need somebody to help you, like, learn more about
right.
yourself. I
Yeah.
was in my head, like, maybe like 10 minutes ago or something, was gonna say, like, when you brought up about being alone and learning about yourself through that way, I was
Yeah.
about to say, like, yeah, you really can't learn about yourself until you're, like, alone. But, like, yeah, that is a great point.
But he's a good point.
Both
Yeah.
sides.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
spectrum argument
Yeah.
again. Two sides of the scale.
Sometimes you got the keys,
And
but
I think
some work better.
We're
I
gonna
think
go. We're
in a-
gonna go deeper
I
now
know.
too. This
I
is-
know.
all right, let me closing arguments.
Yeah.
I think in a wrap up sense, and it really hurts me to see people like handcuff themselves
Yeah.
To,
in
like, an
certain,
ideology or
mindsets,
yeah.
Yeah.
where it's like, for instance, like either it being like one of my friends is always like, oh, I'll never find anyone. Dated
Yeah.
multiple people.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you
Yeah.
mean you're never gonna find anyone? You've literally dated multiple people. You've loved multiple people.
Yeah.
Like, what are you saying to me?
Yeah.
And then it's like, I know like other people who be like, another one I hate is like you can't grow in a relationship. Like
You can't?
whatever you enter in with is what you're locked into. Like you literally handcuff yourself to that person.
yeah,
Like
no.
that's the version of yourself you're bringing
Right.
in.
Yeah, yeah,
Like you
yeah.
can't. I think it's one of the biggest.
Like, you're
false-
unable to, or you shouldn't change.
No,
in a
it's like
relationship.
you don't.
Oh, okay.
Like it's
yeah.
a thought that nothing's gonna change unless it's I don't know. Yeah, outside.
Yeah.
It's like personally, like I don't know. Yeah.
Like, you won't
I
change
think-
unless
I think
it
you-
I don't
ends,
like-
or-
You learn things from other people. Like
Yeah.
like in a sense, like there's definitely things you can't love about yourself fully until someone shows you
That
you can't.
part of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I do think like I'm trying to think what the fucking other I had a thing today too, it was so nice. Everyone I think it was in a song too. I think it was in a Kendrick song. Fuck, I hate my life. But it was something like everyone wants like validation and acceptance. And it's not a bad thing. It's a bad thing and a good thing.
It's a natural human
Right.
want.
Right.
It's a natural human desire
Right.
to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
Right. We all want that. We all want to be accepted and validated.
It's the best. It's
It feels
the
great
best
to
feeling
do,
when it comes from who you want it to
That's
come
it,
to.
yeah.
and it feels
Yeah.
bad to chase it. But at the end of the day, you do kind of need it.
Fair point.
It is
You
neat.
can't validate
Yeah.
and accept everything about yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Someone technically has to.
Because then you'd be a narcissist.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True. So hopefully, audience, you've related to any of these stories, and
Mm.
if you're somebody that does struggle with the idea of feeling lonely, or also you don't quite know what to do in the periods that you're physically alone, hopefully you've learned something.
Everything's useful.
True.
Because I think a lot of this stuff did really come from the heart. That was a deeper. I mean, that got deeper than I thought it
Yeah.
was gonna get. So hopefully you listen to this at your Thanksgiving dinner table with your family, because the 4:00 game is gonna suck.
Yeah. Yeah, put us on instead.
Yeah, put Diversity Catalogue. Come on, Josh worked so hard on this graphic.
Add us to the red zone.
Comment down below if you saw the Easter egg in the what is it? What should we call this? In the slideshow?
I guess. I don't know.
Because there is an Easter egg.
There is, yes.
There is a little Easter egg. It's in one of the corners. But yeah, thanks for being here. Happy Thanksgiving. We just want to stress again, we're so thankful for everybody that's ever watched a reel, watched a TikTok, subscribed, liked a video, watched a second of any of our podcasts.
Means a lot.
It's going a lot better than we ever thought it would. I know we have a lot of friends and family who constantly give us support even when we don't ask for it. It means a lot. It keeps us going. It keeps us coming here
Nice.
every week. We finally got to 300 subs. Kind of fitting that we got to it on this episode.
I know. Yeah.
To be honest, actually kind of funny how that worked out. So keep an eye out for our 300 subscriber goal. We're gonna try Thicket. We're gonna try thickening liquids. It'll be a video. We'll do a whole hype for it.
Yeah.
Post some clips. It should be funny. I'm looking forward to
It
it.
should be the worst thing ever.
Maybe it'll come out next week.
Next week, yeah, for sure. I think so.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Well, I don't think it's gonna be that big. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plenty of
But we'll definitely try to
Yeah.
record it soon and get that up there. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to Diversity Catalog. If you're an audio listener, please rate the podcast 5 stars. It means a lot. You can find us on Apple, Amazon, and Spotify. If you like us, want to see more of us, you can find clips of us from the podcast at Diversity Catalog on Instagram, X, as well as TikTok. Go forward. Be thankful this week. Tell the people around you love them. Tell the people around you're thankful for them. Take a second to sit back, reflect on everything you have that you're thankful for, and spread love.